Hello, 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 everybody.
Hi,
Welcome back.
everybody.
Ooh, we're back to SOS Season 3 after a week off. It's been a couple of weeks since we played. Thank you guys so much for your patience. Last time we were around, Dot wasn't here,
It's
and
true.
I vaguely remember some horrifying stuff happening. So, we've got to jump back in. Nelson was here, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
Oh
was
yeah.
Nelson was
here,
here.
and it
Correct. He
ended
was
on a
there.
cliffhanger.
Yeah, yeah, I remember. But I'm excited to play. We'll jump into that in a second. But first and foremost, hey, first of all, Josh, welcome back. Thank you for jumping in. I know it's a bit of a late night kind of commitment for you over there, but Nelson is kind of important in the moment, I think.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
happy to be here.
It's exciting to have you here.
It's always a fun show.
Yeah, yeah. Fun is a word that some people use when they describe the show. We wouldn't be able to do this quote unquote fun show without all you guys watching. Thank you guys so much for the support. Here, any subscriptions, bits, all that stuff goes directly toward the SOS cast, crew, art, you name it. And for those of you who are part of the community over at Discord, it's been awesome to watch everybody freak out over the last episode or so. So if you want to jump into the Discord for free, there's the link right there. Jump in and you can just everything in there is pretty much free to go around and check out. There's one room for patrons, and then there's a text-based RPG that even if you're not of the tier of Patreon to participate, you can still read it and like watch what's going on in the background. So I'm gonna go ahead and hand this right off to Tracy first because she was eager to recap this.
I'm our official recapper now. I just want y'all to know.
You have become our official recapper
Yes.
this season for sure. Feel free. What happened last couple weeks ago? As it's been a bit of time, and everybody probably needs a little refresher.
So last time on SOS, 2 weeks ago, we started with Ollie actually meeting with some new hunters, Scarlet and her her gang. And they were it was an interesting conversation. I'm not really sure how I would say it concluded, if it was like ended on good terms or not, but they had some sort of agreement. Essentially, Ollie told Scarlett about this La Sombra bar. She took the information and was kind of like, hey, let's try to come up with something. See me every 4 weeks or something, and we'll like exchange info. She also was very curious to learn about Thin Bloods, which was also a little concerning. So yeah, they had that conversation, but we're not really sure if they're going to if these hunters are going to actually take action on the bar or not. That's kind of still undetermined. But then Ollie and Ava decided to grab Nelson because Ollie actually stole a walkie-talkie from the hunters to try to spy on them a little bit. And we went to the pawn shop. And we sent Nelson into the pawn shop because the pawn shop lady doesn't like us. And we didn't have Dakota. She loves Dakota. She loves like kids.
Trying to
not
protect
like
that poor young girl of 30
poor young
something.
girl.
Poor innocent child.
Yeah, she has a soft spot for like kids. So we were like, let's throw Nelson in there. So Nelson was able to get us like a charger to get this walkie-talkie so we can kind of listen in on the hunters a little bit. And we caught up with Nelson a bit. Nelson confronted Ava and was like, yo, did you try to blood bond me? I was like, maybe. But I think we came to a agreement. I don't think Nelson liked it very much that Ava tried to blood, but she didn't do it out of malice. Okay. All right. I won't bias this
Your
recap.
recaps are so biased, Ava.
They're very biased. So that we got back to the bar, and there was a strange individual at the bar. It was a Ventru by the name of Edward Neely. And Mr. Neely,
Did we add him to the NPC list on our document?
we didn't.
They're on there, just written in Ava's notebook with hearts all around it for some reason.
let me get on.
This guy. Well, he was a little. He basically. He for some reason we have a lot of Ventru that are coming to us lately.
Well, you're on the Ventru border of like territory.
That's true.
Between Emmy and now Mr. Neely, he's also kind of on the outs for the Ventru. He's like super like Sabbat like scared. He's like, yo, the Sabbat You don't want to mess with them. They're coming. So he's
like end of days preachy almost, like because he mentioned Miami and another one, 2 cities that are controlled by Sabat right now.
Okay, can I get his name again?
Edward Neely. He's
Neely.
If you want to deep dive, you can crack open the Chicago book. He's in there.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is basically what we made a deal with him. He apparently knows some stuff about Celia, my girl, and he was like, "I will help you get her back if you help me get back with the Ventru." So we have another guy who's on the outs with the Ventru.
He's not exiled like Emmy is. He's just like doesn't really have any influence, and he's very end of times, and he really feels like nobody's paying attention to it, so he's trying to get his way in.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to get your child back by blackmailing her?
Blackmailing?
No. This guy has information. He knows that he can find her as long as we can help put him in the right place.
Oh, I see. He doesn't have like bad information on her.
No, he's convinced that he can find her.
His basically is like, help me find her and let me present her as the gift to the Camarilla, because the Camarilla has interest in her as well. Or he thinks the Camarilla might have interest in her because he might be able to, if you detail wise last time, he was saying like her parents are part of a huge conglomerate and the kindred could make sure she has CEO ownership over her parents' company if she just comes along. So it's just like kind of like basically just trying to move in as like a prize
Dakota
piece.
is going to have a lot of questions on this, but you know what? It's fine. It's
yes,
fine. It's just the recap, right?
Yes. Yeah. So that happened. Then Ava had a strange premonition where she saw Celia and a bunch of Lasombra like
self-induced, right? You forced that one, right?
I did force that one. I don't remember why I did, but I was going through it. Ava's going through it.
Yeah.
So she had this premonition, saw Celia and like all of these Lasombra like worshiping the shadow or some shit. It was weird. That's how I interpreted
purpose.
Yep, it was a manifest destiny was the word I wrote in my notes. So yeah, that happened, and we ended the episode on a bit of a cliffhanger because Nelson received a message from one of his Thin Blood friends, and she got shot. Her face got shot off, basically. And she was connected to and our guy, what's his name?
Yep.
And our guy, what's his name?
Come on.
McTavish?
Not McTavish. Genghis.
There you go.
Genghis.
Okay.
She was connected to Genghis, who Ali had given info to Layla about. We started our episode with Hunters, and I'm pretty sure we ended our episode with Hunters because one of Layla's lackeys shot this Thin Blood. And that's where we ended. Yeah. So
which we think that it was a move on Genghis, and Genghis was holding this Thin Blood.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, you went through her cell phone and saw his name, which is how you put them together.
Yes.
Okay, I have more questions, but you know
so
what?
There's a lot happened.
It's okay,
I don't
we do
remember
too.
where Dakota was at the. Oh, Dakota was at the boat with Damien, and I don't remember where you were
in like nebulous in between times of like
Dakota was
I might be at karate or school.
Yeah, you could be karate. Yeah, you could be literally watching the kid you kidnapped. It could be doing anything.
Yeah. So that was it. That was our episode.
Fantastic. Well, we can be. I'm ready to pick it up actually right around that point. If there's anything else that I'm missing or forgetting, please do it now because I can't think of anything. Did I cover all my bases? We're good to go.
So.
Drop the leaves. We dropped the leaves off.
Oh,
right.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
That's
right.
Autumn's leaves were gifted.
Were given to who brought them? It was Ave.
I did.
You did. You brought them. Okay.
I dropped them off.
Ollie did.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
It was just a quick exchange. Like, here, take these to her.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, that's right. Fantastic. Well, if that's all, then let's jump into the show. Dakota is going to be arriving home to a weird scene as the night rolls to an end.
Wait, is this the end of the night? Or
by the way, this is all like
the end of the night.
Still one night, and we still have the thing with Rose. I'm just throwing that out there. Like she was like, "Visit me tomorrow." With
that's another reason we didn't move too far forward. The next day is supposed to be the Rose meeting. So
see, but the Hunters were supposed to handle that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you fed them the information, but you have no way of guaranteeing they're going to hit them before the meeting that you're supposed to have.
We'll find out.
Well, with all that said and done, Josh, welcome back. And let's jump into the episode here. Let's set the scene, rein things in, and see what our coterie is up to. Dakota, we hear the sounds of your skateboard rolling to the end of its typical concrete pathway when you roll down to Ollie's bar toward the end of the night after a relatively nice night of relieving some stress. Another night at karate, as you and your sensei have been working rather hard, and really just for Dakota, I imagine, is that discipline, that inner discipline, that focus. And the one thing the sensei is certainly kind of put across for you is how impressed he is that you have such control at such a young age. A lot of his compliments come at the cost of referencing how young you look, for how, again, self-control that, a typical 16-year-old is a much more difficult scenario when it comes to self-control than maybe a Kindred who looks like she's 17, 18 or so. And as the night rolls to a close and the karate place closes down for the night and you make your way back, you kick your skateboard up, lean it up against the brick building of the back end of the Lights Out pub. And just as you pull open the metal door, you're met with the chaotic ramblings of Ollie, Ava, and Nelson, as they are clearly circled around someone, just about 5 to 10 feet ahead of you. Ava, the three of you, rather, are welcome to make a wits awareness to see if you hear her come in, but I imagine Dakota's about to announce herself one way or another. What would be Dakota's reaction as she steps in from the back door?
What are they saying? Do they stop talking?
It sounds like an emergency, almost like a panic situation in terms of specifics. Almost a medical emergency. Somebody seems to be hurt.
I'm like, how do we heal her? Like, you hear, she's like, man, we need that salubri right now. So you hear Ava saying.
I think Dakota probably slowly saunters up behind them, not necessarily alerting her to her presence.
As you slowly saunter up and are able to gaze beyond the cluster of bodies, you see a young girl laying on the ground with her jaw dangling by just bits of sinew and skin, blood pouring down her neck, and she's clearly unconscious or torpor. You're not entirely sure. It is a horror scene.
I don't know, Nelson. Is this? Do you like? I don't really get access to a lot of thin bloods here, buddy. Like, does she need blood or?
If she needs blood, she's a vampire. So her kindred. Look. Yeah, we need blood. I'm pretty sure I saw her heal herself once, but this, I've never been shot with a shotgun. It doesn't seem good.
I was only gone a few hours.
As she says that, Dakota's presence is very well known.
Dakota, hi. We're in a bit of an emergency right now.
Oh, really? I couldn't tell.
Mathis, can I retreat downstairs to my it's my drop off for the vet, and it's just like it's I got about 24 vials of blood that I've left down there to drop off to her. Can I just bring that all up and dose her with all of it?
Sure. Are they vials of human blood?
No, it's kindred? Mine.
It's
kindred
your
extraction.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They would remain good for not terribly too long, so I imagine you have to do it relatively often, but I imagine you keep like some fresh samples at any given time. Probably 2 is the safest. So you would have 2 hunger dots worth of Vitae probably that you could bring up.
Sure. I'll just exhaust what I have, and I'll have to replenish it later when I'm not as hungry.
Yeah, when you're not nearly as hungry. And so Ollie steps away briefly. You can hear him running down. Running is the wrong word, but his hurried steps down the stairs for only a few moments before he's back up, and in his hands he has what are small in his hands, these vials of very crimson red.
Wait. Don't tell me this is another one of your kids.
It could be. No, it's one of the thin bloods. It's
gestures to Nelson.
Yeah.
One of my contacts, I don't know.
She was
survivors
shot by a hunter.
And you brought her here?
Well, we have to help her. She's in torpor.
In fact, you do not have to. You have chosen to.
Oh my gosh. What is with you and Ollie? Every time we try to help people.
I don't. I let them do their thing.
All right. So you pop of blood, you pour one in.
I pull her head up to the side and
you two are the ones that always want to help people. And the minute myself wants to help somebody, it's like, why are we helping them? Ollie did this too with Celia.
Ollie, as you pour
I'd like to note, as I'm pouring my own blood into her mouth, Celia is kind of a bitch. This one hasn't had a chance to offend me yet, and now I'm giving her my blood. What's that about?
I guess.
And you watch as you feed this blood, little bits of her tissue and bone begin to kind of outstretch and bubble forth. Some pieces connect by little strands and dangle. And while they don't fully heal, you can see that she's clearly still alive, and her body is taking that full kindred blood, and it's immediately being put to work.
Go over and lock the front door. It's late.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, you go out there. You actually walk by Grant, who's like, he's just like putting away the last of the clean glasses. Oh, hey, Red, didn't hear you come in.
Just another night, and I locked the door.
Oh, you saw the. Good luck. And he gives you a thumbs up.
What is the plan here when she's all, fully jawed again?
I don't know. We help her. We want to help the Thin Bloods,
yes,
right?
No, I do, but
it's not complicated.
It's not.
Agreed.
We feed her. We give her enough time to heal, and then she'll probably want to be on her way. She doesn't want to stay here. Like the whole reason I was talking to her about all of this stuff is that she wanted a way out of this city. So I'm gonna do what I got, which is she can help or she can leave. This is my thing. So
yeah. I just thought we were trying to get them to stay.
Yeah, but knowing what I know, I might have made a different decision.
Wait. What do you know?
Too much shadows. Things trying to end the world. I don't really. Most of it kind of bounced off. I'll be honest. It's a lot, and I'm still low level freaking out about it. So let's leave that untouched for a little bit while I help my friend here.
Well, I mean, all we can do is wait, right?
It looks like she's healing. So, do any of you have access to blood bags? Because I know that only some people can drink them, but I can make them edible for anyone.
That was something that we were going to do. We were going to do the drip conversation.
Okay.
Yes.
I scoop. Is she on like the floor? Where is she?
So wherever you guys would have put her.
She's probably in the kitchen on the floor.
Okay. I scoop her up, and I take her to one of the private rooms.
This is a good dive bar. It's just not a clean kitchen, but the food is just fucking delicious for some reason.
Yeah, bodies on the floor while we're cooking.
Now that we pumped her full of some stuff, I'll just kind of scoop her up and take her into one of the spare rooms and put her on a bed, so we have a better spot for her.
It'll probably take a couple days for her to be fully healed. Aggravated damage like that for her especially is going to take a while.
I mean, if you wanted to get her out of the city, we'll just move her through the train yard. It's easy.
Nelson,
Thank
we
you.
can protect her.
And she'll decide if she wants that when she's not.
I'm just saying.
When she's whole again.
I'm feeling some tension between mother and son.
Is this one of those things? Is that what I heard about this when I was younger? Right, like women go through. It's a big maternal thing. Like you feel like you gotta have kids.
Oh my
or
God.
kittens or something.
I'm just saying, like,
I don't feel that way.
I certainly never felt that way.
Wasn't like one of our goals to make sure that they are protected, so they are, friends, allies. I can look. You Ollie, Dakota, you guys, you have your things, okay, and I have mine. So
Okay, all right. So I just want to be absolutely clear about this before we get looped into who's helping who and who's doing what. My goal is to help people that want to help themselves, and I don't know if I don't even know her name.
Saoirse.
Okay. Saoirse.
It's Irish.
yeah, they're hard
All right.
to. They're spelt weird and hard to pronounce.
If she's down to help herself out, then I don't mind. Right? It's one of those things. It's not like really tit for tat. I don't mind helping people out. It's just when people come in, they act entitled and they feel like they deserve help when they've offered us nothing. That's when I got a problem with it.
To be fair, Ollie, she did get shot from information about Angus, which was given away by us. So
you did this?
Which
No,
is why
No.
I gave her my blood.
We didn't do this.
That's on, yeah.
The hunters did this.
Yeah, I tipped the hunter off. Because
We
if
didn't-
not, some other kindred that's sort of important to us was going to get murdered.
We didn't know that she was associated with Genghis Nelson because you haven't told us anything about your thin blood friends.
Be
It's
fair to
true.
Nelson, he had no idea as well because they don't share that kind of info.
Well, I mean, how likely do you think it is that I'm going to tell you information that might end up in a hunter's hands?
We're not giving any of you up to the hunters.
Okay, well,
Okay, we keep talking about hunters, and Dakota's beginning to get nervous. We brought this woman back here. I would like to just, while they're like talking amongst themselves over her jawless body, I'll just take a quick peep around and make sure like they weren't followed or we're not currently being surrounded or scouted.
Yeah, you want to do a wits investigation.
Yeah, that'd be swell. I guess it's a wits. Not an awareness, just a wits.
No, because awareness is like a quick spot. Like if you're doing a quick look around, but if you're doing a walk to make sure, that's an investigation roll.
Okay, then I'm going to rouse for this
Okay.
in advance. Supposedly roll 20.
Whenever it feels like it.
Okay, we're getting hungry because it's not been a new
that's
night
a success.
yet.
You do not get hungry. That's a success roll.
Oh, it says failed.
It
says failed.
Oh, what the heck? Oh, but the die face shows me a success. That's really
Yeah.
weird.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
weird,
that is
mate.
weird.
Is there a
success.
difficulty associated with it or something?
Shouldn't
I don't know.
be.
That's weird. Yeah, you rolled an 8 on it, it says. So that's a success to me.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, well, great, perfect. Then I'm gonna take my hunger back down because y'all, we do not want
No.
Dakota's getting kind of rough in here with this willpower and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to roll a wits investigation. Adding 2. I got 4.
Wow. That's
pretty
a
good.
great roll. That's an excellent roll. So Dakota would kind of depart for a solid like 10 minutes as she basically, like you said, you go on the outside looking, make sure you're not being surrounded, nobody's lingering in the bar, just a full scope. And perhaps to your surprise, you don't see anybody surrounding. There's no lingering cars, there's no lingering bodies, no weird person who seems to be walking by the bar every 5 minutes. You seem to be in the clear.
Okay. All right, that suits Dakota. So she's gone for about 10 minutes while she just
She's just got to sate that.
Yep, that fear. The hair on the back of my neck was kind of standing up, and I was like, I just need to double check. So, yep.
Ollie, can we keep her here to recover?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. She will be safe here while she recovers. I look to Nelson.
Kind of looked to him as well. Look at I didn't know this was going to happen to your friend. All right, the guy that I rolled on, Genghis, he's a real D-bag. And I did it because there was someone else that has been kind to us in the past, that has needed help, that we helped, was caught by Hunter, and has been tortured for months. So I rolled on someone like Genghis and some of the others that there's no way the other thin blood friends are wrapped up with. And if they are, they're fucking long gone anyway, because, well, Chicago is it's a spinning drain of shadowy nonsense. And
Yeah.
those are the people I rolled on.
That's no, I get it. I don't. It's fine. Yeah, it's just hard to see the thin blood getting kicked in the teeth again. So, no, I get. I'm not blaming you or anything. It's fine.
I'm still sorry, but I mean, I feel some responsibility. It's why you know how important our blood is and how hard it is to kind of come by that. So I'm taking some responsibility here, and now she's got access to what I got.
I'm sure she'll make good use of it.
Let's hope. Maybe she'll move a little quieter.
She would need a teacher.
I don't know that.
I guess, yeah. I guess it depends on whether, as a thin blood, you can extract power from vampire blood. I know you can do it from human blood and like swap stuff around. But like, I don't know. Does it work with vampire blood? I've never done that, or at least Nelson hasn't.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know if it works like that. And neither would Ollie. You really haven't had experience with thin bloods in terms of like what they are capable of doing when imbibing others, vitae. Where unlike for Full Kindred, one of you recently taste the blood of one of the coterie who would have access in Dakota? Was it Dakota had tasted?
No,
I feel like somebody did, but
Dakota's
maybe I'm
done with
misremembering.
drinking other kindred's blood. Bella ruined
Fair
that.
enough.
She
Fair
doesn't
enough.
do that anymore.
I think we've all had each other's blood.
We've-
at
Yeah,
some point.
probably at
We've
some point.
swapped a lot.
Yeah,
in
I
the,
was going to say, I've
I've had
fair.
Ollie's blood for sure.
them-
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
given Ollie Dakota's blood, but yeah, and she turned down Cammy when Cammy offered
Yes,
her blood.
that's
so, yeah,
right,
Dakota
that's
does
right.
not drink
take a
other
lot of
kindred's
Cammys.
bloods.
Yeah, you would have access. I mean, you would have straight access to Venture abilities as a Toreador that you've never reached out to try and figure out.
Yeah, no dominate for me.
I mean, you still could. You still could easily grab it. That's all Ava needs is dominate. Jesus.
Dominate, Oblivion, Presence. Let's go. I'm
No
good.
way.
Yeah.
Just like fortitude on her, so she just long stands fights. Oh, scary.
God.
The dream. But okay, so look, when she wakes up, we can talk to her and figure out what things she knows or what she has, and we'll figure it out. We'll try to help her out. I'm willing to help at least.
Yeah, and you got me here too. But I should probably go get something on the tummy. You know what I'm saying? Like all that blood, and I'm a little shaky. Probably not the best for me right now.
Yeah. I need to feed as well, but
Look, she's gonna be out for a while, and I can have Grant set this place up. But how much more time do we have in the night? Do you know?
You have like
been-
2 hours or so.
it's been a
like-
long night
yeah, it's
tonight.
been a long night.
Honestly,
You really used every hour.
Dakota, I need to catch you up on some other things that happened this
Oh
evening.
my god, me too.
Oh.
And I get really, really close to Ava, and I was like, guess who went out on the boat?
Ava, did you?
All right, they're being weird. Nelson, tomorrow I can introduce you to my my old blood bag dealer.
That would be perfect.
Yeah, she's a little expensive at first, but she Roman Ghoul. She takes our blood to provide us bags.
Seems like everything's expensive for you.
Well, everybody's got a price, friend.
Okay. Great. As long as it's your money.
You still want to go?
You know,
shopping?
Ollie's not going to give you his money.
That's not true.
He might.
He already
It works
did.
at the theater. Who do you think pays him?
I get
Yes.
The theater, right? Pays him.
Yeah. Didn't
Not
he
if
just?
he's stealing fucking cheesecakes.
Oh
Are
my
you
god.
stealing cheesecakes?
paid. I'm eating cheesecakes.
Oh my gosh, you have to.
I don't
Are
think
you
that's the
paying
same
for
thing.
them?
No, he's not.
I
Okay.
well, I
Let the
didn't
boy
know I was
eat.
getting a
He can-
salary, so
he can
technically
actually
yes.
eat.
All right.
So-
Well, listen, Mama Bear. Goldilocks over here can eat all the cheesecake she wants as long as she is keeping the theater running.
Yep.
Look, we can
Okay,
talk about
thank
your
you.
pay and all that tomorrow when we see the blood dealer.
Mhm.
Is it too late for me to go to hunt? It's something.
I mean, if you stay within your territory, I think it
Yes.
was recently hunted on, however, so the difficulty would go up by 1, but it should be fine.
sure, I need to. So, you would like,
Your usual hunting roll.
yeah. So
Strength brawl.
strength brawl.
What's your hunger at right now?
3.
Okay, that's yeah.
7 successes.
With a messy critical. Would you like to spend a willpower and re-roll that 10 so you don't messy
So it
critical?
doesn't be messy.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah,
Last
please
time
do.
I messy crit at Hunger 3, I killed somebody. So
I mean, that typically happens. Okay, fantastic. You simply succeed.
Okay.
And you were able to. You're going to take 2
yeah, I'll
from
take
him.
2.
Okay. Yeah. Feel free as you leave this man, kind of, or woman alleyway.
Yep.
Kind of unconscious, but that's fair.
Same MO. I'm gonna put like $200 in his pocket. Put him up in a
Usual.
place where he can be found.
How many dots and resources do you have? I'm just curious.
I have obscene amounts of money.
Yes, I know. I'm just
I
saying.
have
forget.
max resources, and once per season,
Ballard.
I can Ballard all of my money back.
Yep. So the usual MO of like a couple $100 in his pocket, left him to be okay, and you do your best to take care of your victims. The end of the night is rather kind of come to a close. Is Ava and Dakota going to have a fill-in conversation as to what happened while she was gone, or?
I guess so. I guess what are we doing with Nelson? Where are you going? Are you staying here?
He's got his little room.
Nelson should go back to his place of where his home, his room at Ollie's. Go to your room.
Nelson, where would you like to go this evening?
Or wherever you're staying.
I will go back to the room, I guess, because it's close.
Okay.
It is close.
Ava and I are gonna, I'm gonna make sure Ava gets home safe. Nothing of interest happening between us. We're just gonna take a walk.
Hey, that's suspicious.
Yeah, no, they're weird about this right now. It's something happened with the guy, right? With Amy. You don't have to be weird about it.
No, nothing
Okay,
happened.
all right. We haven't been friends for how long?
Nothing happened.
You have a boyfriend?
Well,
No, I don't have a boyfriend.
She's working on
I've
it.
never technically had a boyfriend. I am not technically working on it either. I informed the sheriff of our current predicament privately
It's
on
the
my
sheriff.
boat. Oh my God.
I whispered to Nelson.
I snapped her by the arm. I'm like, no, be back tomorrow night.
He's cute.
Just
I feel like that's something Saito would have said too. Ava pulls her away, and Dakota, as she's shouting back at Nelson, as Nelson I imagine it's just a little smirk on his face watching Dakota lose her mind. But eventually, Ava, you pull her away, and you take a walk down the street. As the night is coming to a close, you all need to make your way back to your havens one way or another. And Ava I'm assuming, still spends most of her nights in the ivory tower. So heading to the dock is on the way to where you'd be spending your night anyway.
Yeah, so it's been a busy night. Ollie had his convo with the hunters, but I have no idea if the hunters are actually going to act on the bar, by the way. But we gave them the info that tonight it's empty. I guess we'll see what happens with the Rose situation. We got a visit from a Ventru named Edward Neely. He's a Ventru, like, kind of on the outs. He's not like excommunicated from the Ventru, but he just kind of like wants to be represented to the Ventru. And as for our help, he said he would help me find Celia if I bring him back to the Ventru. Interesting fellow. Troubled man.
Celia again. This all goes back to Celia.
Yeah. Well, she's missing, and I don't know where she is.
Yeah, because you scared her off, Ava.
Yes, and she hides in the shadows, and I have no idea where to find her. But apparently
she's La Sombra. That's kind of what they do. They hide in the shadow. Maybe she doesn't want to be found.
What if Rose finds her? Okay.
Well, if all goes well, her and all the rest of La Sombra will die in an accidental club fire or something.
I don't want that to happen. I want to make sure she's safe. So I made a deal with Mr. Neely.
Oh my God. Ava, every time you make a deal, it doesn't really pan out for us very well.
Well, I think this will be fine. He is a Ventru gentleman.
And dare I ask what deal you made?
If I have to remember the exact details. Basically, if he finds Celia, we present him back to the Ventru formally.
Cool. So you mean I will help you present him back to the Ventru?
You have been always good at talking with the Ventru, Dakota. Better than me.
With Jackson, I'm good at talking.
There's a meeting with Jackson coming up.
Yes. You can ask him if he knows a gentleman named Neely and what his thoughts are.
I don't really ask a lot of questions of Jackson. That doesn't really turn out very well often. You don't really ask Jackson personal questions, but I will. Every time I leave, you both find a Ventru that needs reintroduction.
I don't know why this keeps happening. Okay. He showed up at the Lights Out pub So he knows, which is also concerning that Lights Up Pub is pretty well known.
That's kind of Ollie's thing, right?
But he knew about Celia, which is a little concerning. So this Ventrue is getting some sort of mole of information. But that's besides the point. I don't know why these Ventrue keep showing up, but we got the Emmy thing and we got him. So I don't know what we're going to do. But that's something, hopefully, the two of you two are much better at negotiating with Ventrue than I am. So
yeah, and by negotiating, usually I put something on the table and then my life is threatened. And your life is threatened. So is Ollie's, and the taking of your heads is put on me as responsibility. You know that's how it usually goes down. It's not really like a deal.
Yeah,
it's like an ultimatum, really.
You can I'll take the heat again, I guess. You can just blame it on me. And whatever. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yes.
Can I ask you a personal question, Ava?
Yes, you can.
Why Celia?
Ollie asked me the same question earlier this evening.
Great. Well, maybe you've had time to think on a good answer.
Because I've seen what is going to happen to these La Sombra. They're all being called, right? We don't want that to happen. And I don't want that to happen to her.
So all this is because you care so deeply about the La Sombra?
No, it's because I care about her. I care about making a good future for younger kindred. After all of this shit happens.
Is that the truth?
Yes, it's the truth.
All right.
Forgive me for having a moment of caring for people. Okay.
You know what? It's new. That's new. And I'm just
well,
trying to decide.
After I've lost everybody I love, literally everybody except you and Ollie, everybody around me except my coterie dies. And I don't want that to happen anymore.
Well, we can't save everybody, Ava.
And I don't want to save everybody.
Just every poor kindred that doesn't have a home?
I have... Look, I don't... You have gotten yourself attached to certain lupine children.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So it's the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Ollie gets himself... Like, we all have our things, Dakota, okay? And this is mine.
I guess my concern is that you do clearly care very much for them. But in your current predicament with your shadow and all of that, it feels like maybe we're actually pulling them into a little bit of danger right now. That we're actually bringing them closer to the problem, not distancing them from it.
Maybe. I don't know. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay. Maybe she can help us learn more about the voices she's hearing.
I'm just saying, when we find Celia, what then? We can't hold her against her will. We can't hold Nelson against his will.
No, we can't. I just want them to know that I'm trying to do the best for them, even though it doesn't always seem that way.
Ava, who are you trying to prove that to? Them or yourself?
I guess myself. I've done a lot of shitty things, Dakota. You know this.
We all have.
I got Cammy killed. I got Saito killed. Both in one night.
Technically, both of them made choices that got themselves killed.
Don't kid yourself, Dakota. We know that it was because of me.
I would like to think it's because of the sandwich. Not you. You can't take the blame for everything that she is doing. You can only take blame for your decisions, your choices. It was Saito's choice to do what he did. It was Cammy's choice to do what she did.
I just want to do something right for once.
Ava, I never thought you've done anything wrong.
Ava doesn't really reply to that.
Okay, now about the boat. So check this out, right? I'm not usually kind of cool, but like I totally was super duper cool. Damien was like, "Don't make me show up to your door and have to kill you." And I was like, "Yo, Damien, you can show up to my door anytime." And he was like, and laughed. I made Damien laugh.
I've never seen him laugh.
I know.
So
it was.
You're.
I just.
When are you seeing him again? Is the question.
You don't make a date with the sheriff, Ava.
You have to. That's the only way this progresses. I see Nero weekly. You need to go see Damien again.
I don't see anybody but you and my dogs weekly.
Oh my God. And that's a problem. You need to fix that. We need to get you more social, Dakota. You need to go talk to people. You need to go talk to Damien.
Well, look, usually when we hang out, we don't really talk. We just...
yes, and that's kind of weird. Well, actually, Nero and I do that sometimes too, so it's not that weird. But we need to move this forward. And you've done good. You did a good thing. You talked to the sheriff about this. You're going to need to update him on any news that you hear. So we'll make sure that you update him about it.
But okay. Yeah, sure.
I'm proud of you, Dakota. You're getting out of your shell a little bit. You're talking to Damien, and that's a good thing.
He is the sheriff, and we had a problem.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It just seemed logical. Asking the sheriff on a date does not seem logical.
When have we done anything logical, Dakota?
I live my life by logic, Ava.
You do, actually, and you usually clean up by illogical decisions, which is why I'll make sure that this happens. Don't worry.
Please do not talk to Damien. Don't say anything to him. I swear to God, if you say anything...
Oh, I'm not going to talk to Damien.
Don't talk to anybody about it.
I'll just make sure Baby Chorus knows
No,
you'll be the next.
Don't tell the band. I don't need like groupie status slapped on my forehead.
No, we're not making you out to be a groupie. Don't worry, Dakota. I have it handled.
I think I'm more nervous now than I was before. Why? No, don't handle it. There's nothing to be handled. It was just a successful conversation, in which Damien threatened me and I flirted back. It was fine. It's fine.
Don't worry. All will be well. I will take care of it. Don't be nervous. Look at that look on your face. Ava gives Dakota a gentle pat and continues walking toward the tower.
Like, what have I done? Yeah, this is. I walk around
has a little
tower.
skip down the street.
Oh, and I spend my whole rest of the night walking Ava back to think about what horrible thing she could do with this information.
Was there any discussion as to how you were going to deal with Rose tomorrow evening?
Nope.
I would say, oh God.
Yeah, we should probably figure out.
Well, you can just ignore it. Grant is fine. Like, he's not going to die.
Rose wants the salubri tomorrow, by the way, Dakota. I told her I would bring it. We don't have the salubri. So.
Well, then it looks like, once again, Rose isn't getting what she wants.
Yeah, but what does that mean for us?
Well, it probably means we're going to have to fight her and all of her goons, so suit up, Ava.
Oh, great. I'll make sure I get a little extra food this evening then.
Yeah, I was gonna eat tomorrow, but I'm just saying there's not a whole lot we can do. Well, we can hope that our hunter friends show up and do the job for us, and if they don't, well, Rose is gonna come knocking for what she feels like she deserves. Oh, by the way, I'm really thinking we need to not do this at Ollie's bar, right? So I've been thinking about a lot of red tape. And one of the things that Damien was talking about is in Ollie's area, it is Ollie's to govern, which means he has to deal with his problems, which means really the sheriff can't step in on this issue. If we say met her at, I don't know, the movie theater, that technically falls in Camarilla territory, which means it does become a Camarilla problem if she say were to attack and or kill another kindred. See what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, then we meet her at the theater. she basically was like, I'm not going anywhere, and wants to, obviously she wants to meet at her little shadow haven.
The deal you agreed to was to bring it to her club.
To her shadow haven.
Waiting at the club tomorrow.
Well,
I'm just not going to show up. I just have to deal with that.
I mean, I'm just reminding you of the deal.
Yes, yes.
Well, I'm not going back to her club. It smells bad.
I'm not going back to her
like
shadow.
Shit.
It does. And it's scary.
Josh missed that. Yeah. That whole club smells like trash and shit.
Yeah. There's a plumbing issue there.
Yeah. Horrible toilets.
Yeah.
You really should get that looked at.
Yeah. Well, it's also a shadow haven, so that's why I don't want to go back there. I mean, it might help me.
Then it sounds like we made our decision. We just don't fucking show up.
Okay. She's just going to hold 2 boons over my head. It's fine. But we'll figure that out.
Technically, one of those well, I have my feels on the issue. I'll politic our way out of this when Rose shows up with her catty-ass bullshit. Until then, I say we continue like Rose is not our problem.
Yes.
Because really, she's a minor problem in the grand scheme of things, petty bitch.
Yeah, that bitch. That slimy bitch. I have to get it in every episode.
It's like as soon as Dakota said it, it's like Ava the vitriol in her voice just spills forward like a fountain of just hatred.
Just go off.
And you know what? If this goes really bad and she wants to go get her, well, I just say we let Ollie lead her straight into the labyrinth and we leave her ass behind.
Yes.
She can find her all of her own. Isn't that what she asked for us to take her to
the...
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and Ollie has a great relationship with the labyrinth right now. It's like
okay, what is
his
that
BFF.
about? Can we just, since we're just girling it up really quick before you go upstairs and do whatever routine it is.
You're just walking around the block
and shit on your
circling.
Face. I gotta ask,
Ivory Tower.
What is it? Not that I care at all, but when he and I tried to but he has a better relationship with a physical living location.
I don't know.
That he had with me. I don't totally, not that I can't, I'm not even worried about it. I just
okay, this is going a little deep.
Understand it. I don't know. I'll think about that. Maybe I don't know.
Look, Ollie and the labyrinth
are a thing.
They're a thing now. So
what's the ship name for Ollie and the labyrinth?
Yeah.
Lolly.
Lolly, yeah.
Lolly.
Done.
I knew you were going to say Lolly.
Okay, well, I just needed to put that out there. It was just really...
You're not wrong.
It's
up
here. I don't,
the labyrinth chose him, if it makes you feel any better.
Well, so did I, but here we are. So, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just going to skateboard home. It'll be fine. Whatever happens, Ava, my suggestion is tomorrow night, you feed and you stay your ass in the ivory tower because no matter what happens, Rose can't come and attack you here.
It's a good point. I'm not staying in the ivory tower all night.
Where else do you have to go?
I need to go to the bar. I need to make sure Nelson's okay. I need to go do my usual social things. So,
okay.
Don't forget, check in on Nelson. You need to go see Nelson and make sure Nelson's okay before bedtime.
Ava, you are eternal. Eternal, forever, right? Technically, if all goes well. That could change if you show your ass up to go check on your day-to-day activities. So just choose one night to stay inside. Because Rose can't come knocking on your door here.
We'll see.
Oh my God. Look, if all of this goes bad because you need to check on your social status for the night, that is not my fault. That is choice and consequence, Ava Heloise. Choice, consequence.
Fine.
Great. I don't even care.
That were the two of you all
I
separate.
I got off.
Great.
I would go into the lobby of the ivory tower, say hi to what's her name at the front desk.
Yeah. Oh no! You walk in, and behind the front desk, she smiles.
Katie.
She goes, "Good evening, Miss Heloise.
Hi, Katie. Good to see you."
And that never. Anytime you walk in the front door, that is always how she greets you, without fail. And you walk by into those gorgeous elevators and make your way to the 37th floor, where your apartment waits for you, and Dakota skateboards her way to the boat. Now, Nelson and Ollie have been alone, but is there anything really going on there? Just kind of closing things up, making sure she's good, and then just kind of moving on to the next evening.
Probably just grunting at each other. Like.
I mean, if Nelson has anything that he wants to say, like this is probably going to be one of the few or only times that there isn't the ladies around.
Same thing with Ollie toward Nelson as well.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Listen, I'm just here to I'm going to open up to Nelson and confess my love to a place.
Okay, let's see what the boy talk is.
So do you have a girlfriend?
That's a pretty hard button. They're just like, they got their legs crossed, they're drinking some wine. So who are you seeing?
yeah, no joke. I don't know, man. Ollie's probably pretty pensive at this point. He's got a lot of things running through his mind. He knows that he's got to replace this blood, and that's gonna take his hunger up. So he's gonna have to feed again, and he knows that he just fed like twice in his own domain, so he's gonna have to slow it down for a while.
Yeah. Actually, I do have a question. As our camera settles on Ollie and he's kind of doing his nightly things and Nelson's lingering around, just making sure his contact is okay. What internally, now that the girls aren't around, is not the distraction, how does Ollie feel about Nelson? Knowing that he's Saito's child and how it's been so far, I'm very curious if there's any, maybe a little internal insight we could get onto maybe his true, if there's really any secret feelings about whether he likes or dislikes Nelson.
He doesn't really know Nelson enough to dislike him. There was a brief moment where Ollie admitted to not liking Saito because Saito constantly bit off more than he can chew. And Nelson was like, yeah, I could see that. So in that moment, like there was like, that was the uptick that like Nelson's probably an all right guy because he realizes when someone is constantly like going much further than they probably should.
I mean, it was Saito's own decisions that put Nelson in the position he's in, for instance.
Yeah. And like I can be straight and say like Ollie didn't have a problem with Saito. It's that all of Saito's dealings constantly got particularly Ava in hot water. And that was a big problem for Ollie. It's like, you can do your shit, just do it over there and not fuck with what we have here. But I mean, that wasn't his way. So I don't know. It depends. Like Saoirse is in the back and she's resting.
She's unconscious, essentially.
I'm going to guess that her face is probably wrapped up in such a way so that if she's losing blood, it's not much.
And like one of her hands was completely blown away. And so you have like bits and pieces of her body just kind of wrapped and bandaged as the aggravated damage kind of auto heals itself over time.
Yeah. So what is Nelson doing?
Yeah, that was my next question.
If Saoirse doesn't need tending to, he is probably mopping up blood.
Sure. Yeah, there's a lot of mess in the back kitchen area that you need to clean up. Do you spend a lot of time with her? Do you like while you're here? Do you just kind of like check in occasionally?
He's probably flitting between checking on Saoirse, checking his phone, like investigating, and her phone, in fact, investigating what could have gone wrong and if they know anything about any other thing.
Perhaps
just safety checks like that.
Sure, yeah, and perhaps impressively for you, like you've done a good job, is that she seems to have followed all the protocols that you've set. There's no lingering texts beyond the ones that she shot you when she was like in need of help. There are contacts which pointed you toward Genghis in the first place. But beyond that, she was very either meticulous in never sending messages or meticulous in making sure she cleaned up her evidence after she sent messages and got what she needed. There's very little on her phone that you can actually pull.
Cool. So in that case, Nelson's going to go to Ollie. Do you have a way to destroy these phones? And he hands Saoirse and his own phone to Ollie.
And he simply takes them from you, and you watch as he effortlessly turns them into plastic crumbles in the palms of his hands as they spill onto the ground, bouncing on the tile floor.
Yeah, that'll do it. I don't know whether I should ask you this.
Walk with me. Come on. You can talk. We're just going to go to the back. Man, he said he's like kind of already mopped up some blood and stuff. Ollie's just like in his business digs, in most of a suit and like his vest. He's going to kind of get down, crouch down, and he's going to, let me hear what you got. And he's trying to like hand wash the floor.
Yeah, I like get a bucket of soap and water and like start wringing things out. You know all about this shadowy stuff that's really messing with people. It seems like you've been dealing with that for a while. Did you ever have a choice?
At which point?
Was there like any moment you could think of where you were like, I could walk away from this and be fine?
Yeah. Yeah, always. You know, maybe not in the very beginning. In the very beginning, I was under control of the person who turned me. I don't want to say he's really my sire. He's my biological father. I can say that. But he's not the one who wanted me turned. He did it because it was a boon. But I was stuck under the guy. He didn't really show me the ropes. He taught me how to be an efficient killer. Not that I wasn't kind of already that. But once I got free, yeah, I could have ran. But where would I go? Another fucked up city under someone else's thumb? At least here I had people. You know, I had Red, had the Rose. They looked after me. We watched our backs. And you know, sometimes I get out of pocket. You know, I'm born and bred from this place. And sometimes when I get a little heated, pop off and say and do some things that I probably should have given a little more forethought. And they were really good. Really fucking good at watching my ass. Like scary good. I'd be dead if it wasn't for them. Honestly, I owe my life. But there are a lot of times that they probably would have wound up in shittier positions if I wasn't there. And I'll be honest, kids, it's kind of nice to have someone like that at your back. You don't get a lot of those, particularly in our life now.
Was it just because you didn't think you had anything better anywhere else?
Honestly, it was as good as it's gonna get. I had my boy. I had him here, and then I thought I had him out. And then the long and the short of it is he wasn't out. You know, once you're in, you're kind of always in. You're just in someone else's playbook. So it's family, you know. And if I go start over somewhere else, I gotta kick and scrape and claw my way back up to at least someone knowing my name. Here, people already knew my name. Before I was even this, people knew my name. I don't want to say I was like a local celebrity, but everybody knew me where I was at. It's hard to not know someone when you're this big, right? So, but I wasn't going anywhere. I was stuck here. I was born here. I died here. I'll probably die here again. At least here I can put some good into the world. Or try to. Go ahead.
I feel kind of the same.
It's a little harder right now, though, to be honest, with the whole shadow shit. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. I can't summarize it, and I'm good at talking like me to you, right? Like street to street, I can do that, but I'm just not keen on punching up and giving elaborate doctrines and breaking things down. It's straight and narrow. It's never tit for tat. I'm not looking for boons. You know, I firmly believe that a place is what you make of it, right? And if you shit all over the place and you treat it like garbage, then it's going to be just that. And everybody that walks through there, they're going to carry that shit with them. So here I am, even in my nice digs. I'm mopping up blood with my bare hands. Because this is my shit, right? It's mine. Ain't nobody going to take care of it better than me. So I'm trying to take care of my little part of Chicago best I can. So why leave?
So we don't get dead?
Well, show me a place safer.
I mean, I always heard about other places that didn't hate Thin Bloods as much as they do here. maybe it's not even real. I don't know. I
Well,
was
I mean,
just hoping for something.
I heard that you don't always have to be a thin blood. You actually get a choice, but it comes with quite a, from what I understand, a very heavy price that's to be paid. Usually costs someone else's life.
Heavy price is not my thing.
I got you. Well, for what it's worth, I'm envious of you. It's nice.
What?
You can enjoy some of the delicacies, all the reasons of worth being alive, right? You can enjoy a burger. You can get into the crispiness of some French fries. You can let the sun kiss your skin for a while. There's some things that are just bittersweet.
Yeah, I didn't. I'll be honest, I didn't. I don't really know what it's like to be a vampire. I've only really heard about it.
Well, have you ever ate ashes before? You ever eat a cigarette butt?
Yeah.
A lot of times that's what food tastes like. It just tastes like licking an ashtray. There's nothing to it. Not anything good at all. Doesn't matter how many decadent flavors you pour over the top for it, unique and brilliant seasonings that you drop it, nothing. It just tastes like burnt.
Oh man, that really, really sucks.
It does. And a lot of the good things that were great about, being a young adult, like having a rich and vivid sex life, now it's just a chore.
Yeah, I know all about that.
Nelson, you a virgin?
That's not really what we're talking about. So, like,
Hey, what? It's just as guys, right? I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to make fun of you.
I had died in a hospital for 2 years.
I got you.
And not be around people, which I'm pretty sure is a prerequisite for some of those things.
For being a virgin? Yeah.
For the other, the opposite of that.
Oh, yeah. No. Okay.
Being with people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't. I've heard of a lot of things you could do on your own, but that's not really the same.
Sure. No, yeah, no, it's not. It's not. I mean, look, okay, honest talk, guy to guy. Because I don't really know you. I don't have any faith, like nothing to lose, right? Sex is cool and all, right? It's cool. But
have you ever read a book?
Sometimes it's just really nice to have someone there that you can just have that pillow talk with. Someone that kind of gets you, they understand you. And I guess what makes it so intimate is the fact that you lay bare. You have no armor, nothing protecting you. Like this right here, and he pulls up his vest. This is lined. You can't shoot a bullet through it. And I have to wear this every day.
Okay. I feel like this would be an easier conversation if I were doing it with Dakota, even. So it's like,
careful what you ask for.
Look, all I'm getting at is there are some eccentric, exciting parts about being alive.
Yes. No, I am with you there. I loved being alive.
Be real with me though for a second. I gotta ask.
Yeah.
Is cheesecake good? Is it still good?
They're baked. And it's like got the little crispy bits around the edge and like creamy.
I miss the caramel. I miss the caramel so much.
That's the best bit.
And getting a little like a burnt bourbon crisp over the top. And there's just some things. I miss it.
Yeah. No, I'll have a cheesecake for you.
Yo, hey, by the way, I really don't care about the cheesecake. Okay, I'm just trying to set a precedent.
No, I probably shouldn't have been taking them home.
Whatever, man. As long as you keep the place moving, you're putting money into that place, then I don't care. As long as we're breaking even, that's all that really matters.
I don't know how to run a theater.
I figured. I don't know why they appointed you to running a theater. I'm going to guess that was Ava's brilliant idea.
I think Dakota and Ava wanted me close by, which feels weird.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't feel weird. It's just like I'm not used to it. I think that's what it is.
A lot of daddy issues attached to you, my dude.
I'm gonna say Dakota needed somebody that knows movies better than her.
Hey, I've been a business owner now for a long time, and I'm happy to help. The good thing is you don't have to worry about running any of the books. All the paperwork is handled by an onslaught of lawyers that I got. Really, you just have to focus on being a people person.
Well, you're screwed then.
You don't know how to ask people, say hello, ask them how they're doing. How can you make things better?
Okay, I'll try that.
It's really easy. Everybody wants some kind of a handout or some kind of back pat. So if you just ask them how they're doing, how's the cheesecake? Maybe know some of the names of the cheesecake and the wine that you're serving. I mean, hell, there's supposed to be staff there that's helping with that anyway. So honestly, it's a pretty easy gig.
Yeah, cool. Man. Okay, one last question.
Yeah, shoot.
Ava hasn't done any of this before either, has she?
Which part?
The taking care of people thing. Like, I really appreciate, like,
that's going to require
family,
some
like,
serious unpacking there, Nelson.
Okay. Well, if we don't have the time, I get it. But, like, No,
okay, look, I'm going to hit you with a quick and dirty. Ava has been through the ringer. Start to finish. She has had it bad, friend. She's had it real bad. She was controlled by pretty much everyone above her, manipulated by even those closest, some would even say family, biological even, before they were even, what we are. And she's trying to make heads or tails of it. And I'm going to guess that she wants to do something good with what she's got right now, because she's got more than she's ever had. And she's afraid. We're all afraid, right? We're all afraid. I'm literally making deals with Inquisition and hunters. Like, that doesn't sound right or healthy. I'm playing with fire. So, has she taken care of people before? Yeah. Yeah, there was a point in time when I had my arm removed, most of my own jaw broken, just like that girl in there. And Ava and Dakota nursed me back together. They put me back like I was fucking Mr. Potato Head, okay? There was a point where I'd hunger frenzied out, lost my mind. I watched someone that was once a part of our coterie attack my actual child, not sire, my birth child. And I lost it. And it felt good. It was horrifying and amazing at the same time. And I beat the dog shit out of Dakota. And that's something I have to live with. And you know who stopped me? Ava. That siren lull that she's got, she hit me with it, and it was just long enough for Dakota to stamp me out. And then they nursed me back up again. So that's really what it means, right? That's what it means to be in a coterie. It's the good times, it's the bad times. We're sort of married to each other. Even if we fucking hate each other's guts, we're the only people that's got each other's back. So Ava's good at taking care of things, but I'll be the first person to let you know right now, she's really good at messing up things too. Good with the bad, my friend. You take it the way that it is. Can't have one without the other. Just know that her intentions generally positive.
It's kind of poetic.
That's reassuring.
Ava is excellent at taking care of everybody but herself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, and I'm sorry again if I come across as a hard ass. I kind of have to be because.
No, you're a kitten.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. There are plenty of people that would disagree with you.
Oh, okay. I want that. I would like to be family. So I don't know how to do that.
I can tell you the number one way right now. You don't fucking run away. Family, I saw this. It was a Disney movie. It's this little blue guy. He said, family, it means nobody gets left behind or forgotten.
There's a big bald guy that said it for 10 movies, too. Something about family's really important.
Also Disney. Yeah.
This is a safe place, Nelson. If you ever need to get away or you don't feel like things are working out, come here.
Cool.
Nobody fucks with me here. And if they do, they catch a case.
That's a really cool thing to say.
I had to work real fucking hard for that.
Yeah, you did.
Nice. I am going to take Sisha back to my apartment. That sound good? And
How are you gonna do
definitely
that?
Safer here, but it's your call.
Curious, how you gonna? You got about an hour before daylight, and she is not a little lady. My guy, she's taller than you are, and it doesn't look like you've been hitting the bricks. I'm sorry, but you're not flexing.
I'm a literal child.
Right. So why don't you camp out here? There's another room. It's literally I have 2 rooms back there. If you're that interested in watching out for her, then pop over to the other side.
Okay, but if it smells like burger grease, I am going to walk in the sun.
Oh no, that's
Home,
not that
like-
hard for you.
Yeah, that's... But it still stings. So I'm making a sacrifice for my own well-being.
Life is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if you stink like chips. Okay.
Hey, you want a burger
good night.
tomorrow?
Huh?
You want a burger tomorrow?
Hell yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna need some honest takes. I want to try some new stuff.
God.
I'm feeling experimental. Let's do it.
All right, I like you, Nelson. I like you. You're much better than all the other shits that they bring in.
I had a good teacher.
That's debatable, kid. Let's not put the cart before the horse here. All right.
As the conversation kind of comes to its natural conclusion, our camera follows Ollie as the rest of the night kind of subsides. The sound effects of the inner bar and the silence is replaced by whatever music might accompany Ollie as he makes his way down the stairs, takes off his jacket, and prepares to close his eyes for the morning. And he does, as our camera blinks with him, as we watch Ollie get up for the following evening and go about his routine, kind of just new night stuff, getting his clothes, making sure he's if he's working in the evening, his clean apron. And of course, as he has people staying with him, I imagine part of that routine is to check in on each one. Yeah. And Ollie strolls over and Nelson is still there, hasn't run off. And as you go open the door to check in on the girl who's healing, she's come quite a long way overnight. The power of kindred blood is extraordinary, even in the veins of the half-breeds. And we watch as Ollie steps in, our camera lingering behind him. And as he steps in front of the camera, our camera goes black, only to snap into a close zoom of a healing hand, the girl's, as Ollie's shadow crosses it as he grows closer. Because as he walks over, something catches your eye, Ollie. As kindred heal, they return to their body that is kind of permanent, the stuff that is there every evening. And while she still requires a little more healing, her hand is almost fully returned, and whatever's under her bandage is probably doing well, though I imagine you probably don't take that off. But as you gaze down, our camera zooms in on the front of her hand as you see something that takes a minute. It's been years since you've seen this.
Is it a moon?
A very particular type of moon, if you remember. A crescent moon that drips bits of blood. And when Ollie recognizes that, that's when everything goes silent and we cut to break. And we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
That was already, it's already break time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
coming up on that. It's a little early.
Okay.
It's like 30 minutes earlier than normal, but it's
Wow.
that's what I was like, I can't wait. That's
I'm
where we're gonna
nervous
stop.
now.
We're gonna
Okay,
break.
everybody, we'll be
Skipping a long
back.
second half. It's good.
Yeah,
We
we'll be
shoot more
back.
Thin Bloods.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back from break. I hope everybody got what they needed, their refills. My coffee's almost empty, but it's okay. I enjoyed the journey it took me on. And we're ready to dive back in. I don't know, the usual, hey, thank you for supporting us. If you jumped in late and you're just catching us after break, if you're a subscriber to the channel, you can actually just go pop the VOD on like now and just rewind it, or you can just watch it right after this. But if you're not and you want to know where you can watch the stuff for free, over youtube.com/roll4it has all of these VODs going up a few days later. Right now, they're slightly behind by like one episode. That's on us because we delayed a week and it was just kind of chaotic.
Look, y'all, I've been moving, which means like I had to take my producer hat off for like 2 weeks until I sorted my life.
Yeah, moving work, and that and that's okay too because I forget things all the time. I actually did record the Q&A video as well. I just have to edit out the awkward silences in between, and that's just like, oh, God, I hate doing
keep
that.
Them in.
But I'll do it. Yeah, it'll be there. It'll be there. Yeah, keep them in. Make it super awkward. All right. Other than that, we're just going to jump back in if everybody's good. Let's set the scene, rein things in, and let's pick up right where we left off. Ollie, and as you kind of see this recognizable inked tattoo on the front of this girl's hand, who is still very much unconscious, torpored, or what have you. You actually can hear the echoing shouts of Grant above. Hey, boss, I'm clocking in.
He doesn't say anything.
He doesn't come looking. Well, actually, that's not true. After a few moments, boss.
Hand out the door. Hand out the door, waving down the hallway.
Okay, you wave. Okay, God, just let me know. I can't have you go missing again. Last time it was just a nightmare. And he goes to start opening. He doesn't come to check in. He's not really like going to bother with it too much. And begins to open things up. Nelson would or be awake at this point as well, just like a door right next to it. Is there any conversation the two of you would want to have, or do you want to wait for everybody to show up? Because Nelson would not know what this tattoo means. Just so Nelson is aware. You would not be aware. Hell, you might not even remember she had one.
Do you have like bacon, eggs, and also for after toothpaste?
As he comes strolling out of his room.
Some lady forgot a purse here one night, and I'm pretty sure she left some toothpaste and stuff like that. I think it was like an overnight bag.
Sweet.
Definitely some of that, and we can crack on the breakfast. It's not a problem. Hey, and he kind of gently holds up her hand. You ever seen that before?
Maybe you had it.
Okay, you've seen it before now.
The thing on the hand? No.
Yeah. All right.
You check.
No, you don't have one. You don't have a tattoo.
Hey, if you see this again on another Thin Blood, would you just let me know?
Yep.
I imagine the first of the coterie to arrive would be Dakota. And then Ava shortly thereafter.
Is this a new evening?
Yeah, we haven't
Everybody rouse
roused.
check. Please rouse check. Yeah, good call. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Ava not hungry.
Sam,
Dakota a little hungry.
I'm a hunger 4.
Okay, well, then
No,
Dakota's
I know
gonna
it says check failed, but it's not. You rolled a 9.
Oh yeah, I rolled a 9.
Look at the dice face and go with that.
Yeah, okay,
we're gonna have
so
to pay attention.
Dakota's gonna stop to eat on the way.
Yeah, you also.
But I have a really bad idea. You know when Dakota gets bad ideas, it's bad. I'm gonna stop to feed, so let me just roll that strength brawl.
Yep. Where are you feeding?
It'll be my territory.
Or be the docks?
The dock, somewhere near the docks or the park. Some drunk dude, probably.
Yeah, it's the night.
I rolled a
Just
3.
starting. Beautiful.
I know it's only been like a night, but I did linger and kiss a guy, so I eventually want to find him and feed. It doesn't have to be right now, or he'll find me. He'll find me.
You didn't give him. You didn't give him a number, and you know the club he's at.
Oh
So
fuck! Okay, forget it. Forget it. Forget it.
I'm just saying. I don't know if you want to go looking for him or not.
No. The last guy found me, so I assume they just.
Yeah,
find
but
me.
there was a lot of interaction with him. You kept going back to the club. You had multiple face-to-faces with him. You took him home one time. Like,
This is true. This is true.
you didn't. This guy was just like, you were mad. You wanted to like shit
true.
in her
You're-
house. So
you're
you,
right.
yeah, it was a little bit different.
You're right. Yep.
Dakota, what is this bad idea you'd like to do?
So before Ava can like get out of the ivory tower and put all her makeup on and make it to Rose's, I thought maybe I would just go to the club.
Was that the plan to just head directly to the club? That's fine. I'm just asking.
I
That's
thought
fine.
I'd just knock out the problem.
That's fine. So
But
our camera lingers with Dakota as she goes by the ivory tower, makes her way into the rack after about an hour or so, and then the outskirts towards the north, where Rose's club sits just on the outskirts of the rack itself. And the club is reopened. A huge line is there waiting. It seems like the toilets are at the very least have been repaired in the past couple nights.
does it smell like old trash?
Not from where you're at, but you were also in Chicago, so maybe.
That's okay. Plus, it needs to sit for like a week and a half before they got to really worry about it.
Yeah. So you see the club from a distance. What is Dakota's plan?
We were invited.
Mhm.
I walked the fuck straight up to the front of the club and get in line.
Oh, you just like, so you like cut the front of the line, or do you get in line and wait?
No, I'm gonna get in line. I got
Okay.
nowhere to be but in Rose's business.
That's absolutely fair. The line is going to be like an hour wait. Does Dakota get impatient is a question.
Maybe the
Oh,
bouncer will remember you from last night when
probably
Ava
not.
swindled her way in.
Actually,
with
you know what? Dakota will wait in line, and while she does, she uses this as a chance to do a little bit of recon work. I want to know who's coming in this club. Are these mostly kindred, mostly kind? Are they talking about interesting things? Have they seen something? I'm looking for anything of interest amongst the inline gossip.
Absolutely. Being in the line and watching for the time that you have, it seems like a majority of the people filtering in and out are kind. They look mostly mortal. And the people you're surrounded by who occasionally make rude ass remarks toward Dakota in vague ways. They all you can feel the warmth emanating from their skin, the breathing as they speak. Like you can tell for a majority of these people, these are all kind. You can't pick out a particular kindred amongst them at the moment. Beyond that, Ava would make her way to the bar. Would there be any conversation between Ava, Ollie, and Nelson? Or do we focus over on Dakota? Dakota's seen until it runs its course.
I mean, I gotta wait an hour in line, so y'all have at it.
That's what I'm saying. Like she has like time basically. So Ava would arrive at the Lights Out pub as always, just as it opens. The regulars that are there smiling and waving at you, and I'm sure one of the nameless cleaners or servers is taking care of serving drinks and food. And behind, you're greeted by the ever jovial and charismatic Grant as he says, "Hey, beautiful, good to see you as always."
Hi, Grant.
As you stride into the flipping door into the kitchen. Where is Ollie at this point? Like, is he staying down
Ollie's
there?
got an apron on now, man.
Yeah, he's doing his thing.
decidedly. He's gone back into the kitchen with the mindset of like he's gonna blow this kid's mind and
Oh my
possibly make
God.
dinner for Grant as well. So he's gonna cook
Okay, yeah.
up an
So
old classic.
you walk in on Ollie completely consumed with cooking, just absolutely just engrossed in the burger makings that he looks to impress Nelson with.
Oh, this is no burger. He asked for eggs and bacon. And,
eggs and bacon. He's getting a breakfast. He's
doing breakfast scramble.
Ollie, you are cooking tonight. You usually, when you do this, it's for some agenda. Normally, you make Grant do it.
Yeah. Well, I'm in tonight, and I had a good talk with that kid, Nelson. He's a good kid, that one.
Did you? And Grant kind of chimes in. Yo, you made friends with that Saito kid?
Yeah, Grant. He's not actually like Saito. Thank fuck.
He's eating the rebellious teenage face.
No, he's
trying
to figure some. Grant, are you hungry? I've cracked too many eggs. Are you hungry?
He eyes the eggs. And he's like, I ain't gonna say no.
All right, Tracy. Ava, can pass me the cumin seeds. Come on.
Does Ava looks over? Is she a woman who has cooking talent?
Maybe in her, it's been like 20 plus years, but she will reluctantly help.
Third shelf, 4 down, red lid says cumin.
Okay, I know what cumin is.
Yeah, I like to say cumin.
Grant, you're
funnier.
God,
I get a little cum in my burger. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, I swear.
Hey, some good shit right there. I'll be here all night, everybody.
Oh my God.
So what's going on? Like Ollie's mixing in the cumin seeds, and he's.
What's going on? What's going on with you? You had a good conversation with Nelson?
Yeah, I mean, why? What is there to say? He wanted to know a little bit about this place. He wanted to know a little bit about you.
He wanted to know about me.
Oh, fuck yeah, he wanted to know about you. He's been like riding around and ponying up, and you're treating him like he's your child. And he doesn't really, he needed an outward perspective, someone that isn't you.
I see. So you were the one to have that conversation, Ollie.
No, he asked me. I answered.
I see. And now you're making breakfast for him.
Well, technically, I'm making breakfast for him and Grant. There's enough. Do you want some?
I mean, I can now, but no, I think I'm good.
Oh, well.
You know what? Fine. I'll have some of your eggs and toast and bacon and whatever you're making. I'm just curious what this whole conversation was about.
Well, he's moving the pan off and on like every 30 seconds. It's like the key to this is, you got to get a good fluff over your scramble, but you can't keep it on too much. You'll burn it to the bottom of the pan. It's 30 on, 30 off. It's part of the plan. So you get the cumin in and he just wanted to know, how good you were at one, surviving, but taking care of this place. Did you see, where's the salt?
Here. And I hand him some kosher salt.
Take the salt. And, he asked me if I ever had a choice. You know what it's like to have choice in this place. It's basically non-existent. And I asked him, why? And he flips the spatula down, trying to get some of the residue off. And he said, we should run. Like we could have ran. And I looked at, I kind of look at you and what the fuck are we going to run from? Really, like wherever we go, it's just going to be bullshit everywhere we go, right? Mm-hmm. So he had to know that. And he said I was like a kitten. He doesn't even really think I'm that much of a hard ass, which is kind of wild.
He called you a kitten?
He said I would like a kitten. He didn't call me a kitten.
As a Grant again chimes in, just clearly eavesdropping on the whole conversation. That could be a great new nickname for you, boss.
You call me kitten and I'll kick your balls off your body.
Okay, well, I'm glad that the two of you had a good heart-to-heart. That makes me feel good, actually.
Hey, Nelson, how do you feel about tomatoes?
They make me happy. Is that
great answer? Great answer. And he kind of gets a few tablespoons of diced and chopped tomatoes and starts kicking it into the mix.
I think my boss has a crush.
Has a crush? We all know who his crush is.
I was trying to make. God damn it!
Wait, who the fuck is my crush?
No, it's fine. Never mind. I'll go back to making burgers.
No, I'm curious. Who's my crush?
You've been getting quite close with that labyrinth down there, Ollie. I'm sorry.
What? I was talking about the joke was about Nelson. Wait, what?
Oh, Nelson has a crush on Ollie.
No, yeah. Ollie has a crush on Nelson because he's making him. How is the joke this complicated? I was just saying he's making him a nice breakfast, insinuating he was dating Nelson. That's all I was. Good God.
You told people, didn't you?
Told people what?
What?
Nothing?
I am so goddamn confused.
Grant,
hold
maybe,
on. We're gonna dial it back to the real problem of what do you mean that I got a relationship with a labyrinth?
I'm just saying the labyrinth chose you, and you seem to be pretty close with it.
Yeah, by close, you mean it communicates to me just like every other female in my life. It makes a decision without really asking me, and it just so happens that I'm stuck on the outside trying to figure it all the fuck out. Yeah, then yes, we're real close.
Yeah, that sounds like a relationship to me.
I feel this is like a chunk of context that I am absolutely lacking to understand what's happening.
And no,
right
for
now.
the record, I don't have a fucking crush on the labyrinth. The place has a real chokehold on me right now.
Yes,
I can't figure out why.
I know that happens sometimes.
Some people are into that.
I don't know if I like that you responded so positively to getting choked, but that's between you and the world. All right.
We all have our things, Ollie. Okay.
Jesus Christ, I need to write that
Sounds
down.
like Ollie's protesting a little
mental
too
note.
much.
And Ava likes choking. All right, continue.
Noted.
Okay. I'm just saying it's a little obvious right now that is a thing to some people, Ollie. That's just what I'm saying.
Look,
That's
truth is, I don't
Did you ever see that
understand it.
documentary of that lady who had sex with the Eiffel Tower? Is it like that?
Maybe. I don't know. It's between Ollie and the labyrinth.
Why is this even a thing? I what do you mean between me and the
Because
you know what? You're not getting any fucking eggs.
Fine. More for Nelson. He's a
More
growing
for
boy.
Nelson. He is a growing boy. That's right.
Thank you.
The fucking labyrinth. Get out of here with that. I'm gonna top this with black pepper and some fresh green chilies.
I go out to check on Nelson. How are you doing?
She strolls out the kitchen. He's sitting at the bar. Grant looks over. God, she makes me so mad, but I still just love her.
Yeah, look, buddy, that happens with literally everyone. All right, so I would say get in line, but I'm sure you.
I had to get it out. All right, I went back to making burgers.
You're gonna love this for the record.
Oh, I'm excited.
You're gonna love it. I'm very stoked for it. Where's our garlic butter?
Oh shit. He wanders off to the refrigerator.
Pops out the toast and he readies it.
Well,
Gets
the
it
two
ready to
of
deliver.
you, Ollie and Nelson, were having your little heart to heart. Were you able to help Nelson with his blood bag problem?
No, it was late. We talked about that. We were gonna go today.
Okay, you're going today. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure this is still happening. You're not just making him food. He's got stuff to do.
Eventually, the breakfast.
Wait a minute, hold on. Why
have
we're at it,
chores.
did you say something to Red about me having a relationship to the labyrinth? That was real, candid, and kooky.
No.
What's the labyrinth?
It's a weird place.
Great, you smell that? It's bullshit.
I'm just saying that maybe.
Oh,
do you think if I dressed up like a goblin king,
oh no, I'm
Ava
sorry.
would want to go on a date?
Jareth is pretty hot.
He's tall, mysterious, and potentially evil.
I
No.
do love him, but that's another conversation for another day.
Are you mad that I could touch the key and you couldn't?
Well,
No.
that does sound sexy.
Yeah, see that I got the key to the kingdom and it said nah bitch and you weren't a part of it.
No, that's not. It's curious why.
Jealousy doesn't look so good on you, Ava.
You know who the last person to say that to me was fucking Rose. So don't even start with me right now, Ollie.
Hey, then you know what? You better show me exactly how those kind of people pay because right now, last I checked, she's still walking.
Don't get her frustrated.
You do not want to see me angry. I had to.
Maybe I do.
You did say you liked it, but
Hey, boss!
At the library. How do you feel about that?
No. I'm pretty sure your ex-girlfriend called the other night, so maybe you should be going check on Jules, okay?
Yeah.
Whoa, hey,
Ollie.
do me a favor. Don't. Just don't do that. That's that's sensitive right now.
You know what? Let's not talk about anybody's relationship problems right now.
And
Not yours, not
pushes plate
Dakota's.
off.
What is happening? I am so confused tonight.
There's
Plates
a lot
off
of
to
tension,
Me too.
Grant.
I didn't know Boss was fucking like a labyrinth. That's news to
I'm
me.
not fucking a labyrinth. I'm
I
not
don't
doing
understand.
It's got like bends in it, man.
It does. It bends and it might lick. Listen, I'm
Lick?
inactive
Oh, that's a
below the
Freudian
waist,
slip right
all
there. Oh, lick the
nothing's happened
labyrinth?
there in a long time.
In a long time.
In a long time.
But there was something.
Yeah, I had a kid once, so yes, it's been
With the
active before.
you know what?
With the labyrinth?
No, my fucking God. With the brain cells in this lot, it's like 2 of them, and they're fighting for dominance right now. Jesus Christ.
I just can't think straight when Ava's around. I'm sorry.
Listen,
Oh my God.
just have your fucking eggs. There's tomatoes, there's fresh green chilies, there's cumin, there's black powder salt,
he thanks
garlic
you,
buttered toast.
and you watch him as he slowly scrapes off each tomato one by one.
Oh, you didn't
Oh
ask
my God.
Grant how he felt about tomatoes.
You didn't ask. And as Ollie storms off.
I scoop up his tomatoes and put them on my plate.
Ah.
And I'm just like,
Yeah, they don't put away. As we watch Nelson scarfing down the tomatoes, we hard cut to the sound of the front what do you call it? Bouncer. There we go. Saying, yeah, I don't see you on this list. And
I believe that we were asked here by Rose on behalf of Ava Heloise.
hang on a second. He just looks annoyed because he brought up the owner. And so he reaches to his earpiece. He turns his head and he begins speaking in a tone that he doesn't think you can hear. However, of course, you are kindred and you can hear his muffled words as he is clarifying that an Ava Heloise had an appointment. This, that, and the other. He turns. All right. VIP, second floor, third room on your right.
That's right. VIP. Did you hear that? And I walk in the door like I fucking own this place.
He steps out of the way begrudgingly with just enough space for Dakota to move by. And he tries to, like, as you're like halfway past him, he like steps in to block it. Just
question. Does he have a special security key card on him?
not visible, but he might. What's visible is you can see a little earpiece with a curly wire that goes down into the shirt. And he's wearing just like kind of a fancy unbuttoned suit jacket, no tie, but a white shirt.
If he had a security key, I was going to snag it. But it's fine. That's fine. Okay, yeah. I scoot too close to him, right?
Yeah,
If he's not going to
both-
move, I have to make the decision, front or back. I choose front so I can, like, just get too close.
And as you do, there is eye contact. You both lock gazes. He doesn't give and you don't give. And you eventually just squeeze by each other. And you move into the club without a second word. As you step in past those doors, the muffled thumpings of the music become nothing but what Dakota can hear, completely encompassing you like a blanket of sound. You step toward the stairs where 2 guards are awaiting. And as you step forward, one steps forward and holds his hand up, reaches to his earpiece, says a few things that are much harder for you to hear now because of the music. You're welcome to make a roll if you'd like, or you can just...
Yeah, I'll just do a quickie wits awareness. Why not?
Yeah, please do.
It's the worst that can happen. Okay, I rolled 1. Nah, too loud.
It's hard to hear, but as he quickly makes whatever conversation to the earpiece that he does, he steps forward and simply kind of speaks loudly, but just not quite shouting levels of, did you you bring any weapons? I'm going to be patting you down.
Dakota pulls back her leather jacket, revealing just like a white tank top of some kind. And, in her best Ava Heloise, she reaches into the front of her shirt and pulls out a pair of brass knuckles.
That's my girl.
Oh my God. He will reach forward, take them, hand them to the guy behind him who places them in a small box
They
nearby.
say bitch across the knuckles.
Yes, they do. I remember. I remember these. Don't you worry. They didn't say bitch initially, but
no, they did not.
Else.
But yeah.
So you do that. Is there any? Do you have any other weapons on you? Or are you
Dakota
good?
is a weapon.
Yeah, I'm aware. I just want to make sure there's no knives or guns you're bringing.
No, Dakota doesn't carry any of that. She does hand him her skateboard, and she says, "If you break it, you buy it."
He doesn't respond. Hands it to the gentleman behind him, and you are escorted by that man up the stairs to the third door on the right, where there is a guard on the outside. You watch him actually go up to the door, and he pulls his sleeve back, and around his wrist is a metallic band that he holds up to the lock, and you can hear the beep unlock as the door pops open. He escorts you through, and on the other side is, of course, Rose, sat there with 2 glasses of wine, one for her and one for what was supposed to be Ava. And you also see a personal security as well, standing over by the window across the room. The room itself is lush, lined couches built into the walls with satin pillows and these really moody kind of like reddish, orangish hue lighting. And she sits kind of in that mood lighting that doesn't quite hit her directly, in a very long black dress, in her high black heels, in her, at this point, bunned up black hair.
As you step in the door. Rose.
She maintains a friendly smile and stands. Not the company I was expecting, but I wouldn't want good wine to go to waste.
Well, then you can drink it, because I imagine it's probably not very good.
She sips the rest of her wine as she pulls the other glass closer, steps out from behind the table, and gestures for you to take a seat anywhere. I see that you are, and she tries to look past your shoulder, alone.
For now.
Are you aware of the deal that was struck between myself and Miss Ava Heloise?
Actually, I thought maybe I'd come see you in person so that you can tell me the deal.
Oh, it was quite simple. Ava told me that she knew where the salubri was being kept, and she told me that she would bring her back here this evening. It was pretty straightforward, and...
Dakota takes a seat where she can put her feet up on the table.
Yeah,
Big
you
boots,
so.
just like clunk, clunk.
Give me a wits insight.
Cool. I just got a 1.
I mean, yeah, it's hard. Yeah, she maintains her pleasant smile throughout. Sips her wine and turns to you. I have already informed the Harpy of the second boon that she owes me for such, and I was more than happy to wipe away both of the boons that she currently is indebted to me for and there's a moment where you watch as the smile fades. She closes her eyes and she has a moment of looking pained. She puts the wine glass down. A young kindred in dire need of help, who's not entirely stable, that I was trying to assist, who got unfortunately escaped with delusions in her mind after an unfortunate run-in with the lupine, and then was taken from me.
That's what you told the Harpy?
That's just the truth of the matter. Do you have any evidence of it being on anything else?
It seems interesting to me for a variety of reasons, because the event of this woman escaping didn't happen on Camarilla territory. It happened on Ollie's territory, which means Oliver Hopkins is, in fact, in charge of dealing with this situation. Not Ava, not Harpy. I had a little chat with the sheriff to assure that I got the lines in place there to better understand exactly how this should go down. More importantly, Ava Heloise was nowhere around the night that your woman who needed help escaped from your grasp.
No, but it was Miss Ava Heloise who stepped into my club and fed openly without permission nor introduction, which I believe is the breaking of 2 Camarilla tenants.
And maybe it is, and that's between you and Ava Heloise.
And so she owes me a boon.
You and your... what was the girl's name? Our Val. Val?
Yes, Val was the salubri.
You and the Val problem is actually between you and Oliver Hopkins. Not
so
you and Ava Heloise.
Is your company this evening a sign of a reneging on the deal?
My presence is to remind you that you should make deals with those who, well, can fulfill them. Not ones that you attempt to manipulate into fulfilling your needs.
I'm not sure. Have you been told by Miss Heloise of the boon she owes me for the life she took in this very room?
I don't give a fuck about what Ava Heloise has done in your disgusting club.
When a kindred fails to live to their...
assure that if you want to make right on Val and your deal, that you make it with the right kindred, so you can get your lazy ass up and march those 4-inch heels down to Ollie's bar and have a conversation like a real woman. Instead of forcing Ava Heloise to answer for Oliver Hopkins' doing.
She kind of shakes her head. Ava Heloise offered the information of the salubri willingly and on her own.
That's wonderful, but it is not her place to make a deal for Oliver Hopkins' actions.
Then perhaps your issue is with Ava, not me.
No, Rose. My issue is with you. Because for whatever fucking reason, you continue to show up on our doorstep, willing or not. And every time you do, you become our problem. You see, what follows you beyond all of your, well, weak little goons is trouble. And I have a history of dealing with trouble. Pretty straightforward, actually. Maybe you didn't know that, or maybe you did. But the way you ran the other night after you and yours attacked me openly in public, with kind witness... Oh, wait, that's a Camarilla.
She takes a minute.
A masquerade breach, is it not?
Was that the night you were disguised as the person you were supposed to be handing over?
I don't know what you're talking about. How can I disguise myself as a short-haired bald woman? Sounds like maybe that was a mistake on your part. You attacked me, and the last person that attacked me in public was the sheriff of Chicago, and he paid quite a lot for that mistake.
Careful. I feel like the hairs on your back end are starting to ruffle a little, Gangrel.
Careful, Rose, to think that you could ruffle my feathers at all.
I'll make sure that the Harpy is aware that the boons will remain in place, that Ava failed to live up to the deals she made, and if the Harpy decides that the boons fall to the coteries' lap as part of...
How about this? I'll go chat with the Harpy myself, since, it seems that she's only received one side of this story.
Oh, the boon is from years ago. I just haven't called in because I felt Ava was fine without...
But again, you cannot call in on a boon for something that is not within Ava's control. You want her to cash in? Have her cash in on something she can.
But that,
you want Val back? Go talk to Oliver Hopkins.
I think that's our miscommunication then. Perhaps you should speak with Miss Heloise. Again, when Miss Heloise stepped into my club, before I even had a chance to say anything, she spilled that she knew where it was, who was holding it, and why it was being held. I merely operate on the information that Ava gave to me in a rather aggressive and, dare I say, alcoholic
it sounds like
state.
if she gave you so much fucking information that you would be able to go retrieve Val yourself.
She
or are you
agreed.
just stretching the truth so that you can assure that you get your way? See, here's the problem, Rose. Everybody gives you your way because you're beautiful and you think you're smart and cunning and you hide in your little club. But I don't fall for your fucking tricks. I'm a little too rough around the edges for your bullshit.
So what do we do about the agreement that Ava made?
I don't know. That's between you and Ava Heloise. Much as getting Val back is between you and Oliver Hopkins. I'm just here as the deliverer of a message.
Then it seems my issues are with Miss Heloise, and I will ensure to send message that I'd like to meet with her again. Until then, her boons are not cleared, and they will remain.
I got a question for you. Is your real problem that you don't have Val at your beck and call? Or is it that you don't have Ava at your beck and call? Because I'm getting a little mixed signals here.
I simply want what was once mine, to take care of the troubled youth that
Last time I checked, kindred don't own other kindreds, unless, of course, you're going through a Ventru process of being brought into, their business. But last time I checked, you can't own another kindred, Rose.
It's difficult when they're touched by Malkov's curse. They don't know where they are a lot of the time, especially if they're so young.
I'm not moved by your difficulties. Everybody faces fucking difficulties. Get with the program, Rose.
So, are we here to whip out our proverbial cocks and measure the size? Or shall I let Ava know?
I don't have a cock, but if you're hiding one under that dress, I'm impressed.
Is this where the conversation ends then, Miss Dakota Rain? I don't understand what you're doing here.
I am here to tell you that this evening, if you want Val back, you can speak to Oliver Hopkins. Simple, really.
Well, I have other things to tend to now, as apparently Ava negotiated with things that were not hers, and I need to make sure that the lines within Camberla law cleared. I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess those up or, get attacked again by your people out in the open with kind witnesses in the middle of Camarilla territory. Man, that sure would suck for you.
Sometimes it's dark and you see things you don't think that are actually there.
Well,
you might have been attacked by others that looked like or believed to be.
If I remember correctly, the look of fear on your face when you ran for me was pretty clear.
Well, that's a fascinating story.
I have to say, though, it was the most beautiful you've ever looked. Tonight, you're looking a little disheveled.
Well, if it wasn't you that had shaved your head, then somebody looking like you looks a lot better when the mess of Matt isn't clung to their scalp.
Oh, Rose, see, you think your insults bother me, but the fact of the matter is, I've been insulted by bitches like you my whole life. And you know what? Not a single one of them have won.
She
I
lets the
guess
silence
I'll
linger.
escort myself out. Oops, and I knock the extra glass over on the table to spill the wine all over her and her dress. My bad. Must be my klutzy ways. I'll let you clean that up, or one of your goons or whatever. Seems like you've got enough help. I'm sure I'll see you around, Rose. Don't choke on your own words.
Absolutely, and let your Toreador friend that sometimes the Toreador lies are best left at the door when negotiating.
How about you tell her? Oh, wait, you don't do any of your own dirty work. You have other people do it for you.
I'm a woman of wealth and power.
I would
dare
say
not
that
step
you're
away.
a coward. Bye, Rose.
She smiles. Have a good evening, Miss Rain.
You too. You really should do something about that stench in here, though. It smells like trash.
As you kind of leave that, and the door shuts behind you on that line, you make your way out the front, and you're not stopped or harassed by anyone. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog.
That's okay.
freaking
I
out.
give a couple finger guns to a few folk.
Huh? Good God, dog. Yeah, you do to the bouncers, and they kind of just eye you. And eventually you leave, making your way to, I imagine, the Lights Out pub.
Yeah. Question, do we know where the Harpy resides? Is at the Ivory Tower regularly?
She operates out of the Ivory Tower. No one really, like, People's Havens are not necessarily fully public knowledge, and the ones that are public knowledge, they likely have private ones as well. But as you make your way to the club, I will say it's as the eggs are being served after some cooking and some back and forth. And as Grant is coming out of the refrigerator with some garlic butter is when you step into from the back door as you like kind of put the skateboard up against the wall. And you can see breakfast being cooked for the first time, or being handed out actually at this point for the first time in a while.
Why the fuck does it smell like a Waffle House in here?
Ollie decided to be kind this morning and make the boys breakfast.
And you're watching Grant as he scrapes off the last tomato, just like, oh, that's fucking great. And Nelson is actually scraping the tomatoes from Grant's plate onto his plate and is like,
yeah, give me.
Yeah, fuck this shit.
Oh, that's so good.
You're dude. I don't mean it or anything, but your dad was a fucking shithead, but you're pretty fucking cool. Here you go. He hands over the tomatoes.
Your dad's pretty cool, and he points to Ollie.
He nods. He's my dad. Not yet.
Thank God you're here, Dakota. I need you.
I would say
there's too much testosterone in this room right now. Please, God, help me.
I went and visited Rose.
You what?
I went and saw Rose.
I'm gonna go eat my breakfast somewhere.
What was she gonna do? Lay a hand on me? She's too.
Hey guys, I think the stream's down.
Oh no, chat.
Live back now? Is it back? Oh, it's coming back.
It's
nope,
back.
It's fully.
Yeah, because Grant left and took the stream with him, apparently. Okay, yep, stream.
I was going to say, stream on my end is 100% good,
Refresh.
y'all. Give a refresh on your end. Because it is showing, like, full
Grant
green.
left, and apparently that's when the stream went down.
That is funny.
It's back.
Back. Okay, we're good.
Okay,
All right,
we're
well,
good.
okay, guys, how's it going?
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Nothing ended on my end. So, well, I went and had a chat. First, I will let you know, I learned a little bit about security. So the majority of the people in her club are still kind. It seems that part of her security is not. And they have a series of bands on each of their arms that open all of the doors.
Okay.
Just good information for us to have. As for the deal you made with her, I made it clear that she has no right to really make a deal regarding Val with you, considering the fact it was Ollie and his pub in which the exchange was made. So I told her if she had a problem, she could come down here and talk to Ollie about it. And since the event took place on, say, non-Camarilla territory, in Ollie's specific territory, which falls under his jurisdiction, she really has no right to go to the Harpy and declare a boon because, well, it doesn't really work that way. So
to be clear, I just want to clarify. Ollie's territory is Camarilla territory, but his territory is like he was the baron of it. Like a lot of like heads of little territory. So he has full jurisdiction.
Jurisdiction
unless it comes to something dying.
What Damien told Dakota is that if the deal it needs to be dealt with, it's got to be dealt with by.
No, you're 100% correct. It's just you saying that it wasn't Camarilla territory.
Oh, I see.
It is Camarilla territory.
So,
but everything else is correct. Yes.
I guess I got you off the hook for this evening. We all know we're not giving Val back to her no matter what.
Yes.
But if she wants to play petty politics, I'll show her how lacking she actually is. considering the fact she claims that we are breaking the masquerade, when in actuality she attacked us, and we have a witness of the event. Really, she's the one that has broken Camarilla law over and over and over again, so she's just digging herself a hole, and I'm just really pissing in it to upset her.
Yes, well, thank you for dealing with that. Not that I think she's going to honor anything you've said.
Oh, absolutely not. You're in deep shit and she's going back to the Harpy, but I just want to let you know that we're not going to have to show up and deliver Val to her door tonight.
To be honest, I thought she would be dead by now, which is why I did that. We really need to deal with that problem and get it off of our shoulders, because you're right, we do have bigger shit to deal with, and she is a small thorn in our side that needs to be pulled out within the next couple of nights, because I cannot stand to hear from this bitch anymore. She needs to go.
Okay, yeah, I get it, and we're gonna work on that, but we can't just kill her off. That is actually...
Well, we can. That's the thing.
It is a masquerade breach if we kill her. So no, we can't. What we can do is set her up for failure, which we are actively working towards. Rose is the kind of woman that just makes bad choices, and when she makes them enough times, she eventually is just going to, fuck up enough to find her own way. Now, you're still going to have to fulfill whatever boon that you have with her for feeding on whatever happened. But I don't have a feeling she can just flat out kill you, Ava. There's a more powerful entity in this city that needs you. Rose is a small bean in this jar.
Yes. All right. Well, at least you've set things in motion.
Also, please don't go back and make any more deals with her.
Okay. Well,
that was the most non-committal. Okay. They're just like, okay. Well.
Okay.
No more deals with Rose.
Okay. Fine. No more deals with Rose. I have 2 boons that I have to deal with, Dakota.
Promise.
I'm gonna... Oh, don't put the pinky out. Fine. I will not go back to that club.
Okay.
Unless I'm told to.
Okay.
By somebody.
Deal. Until she wants to make a deal.
I'm not going back.
Boons. No more clubs. No, just don't. No more rack time for Ava Eloise.
I'm not going back to the Shadow Club. Okay. All right. Cool. Fine. Deal.
Great. I feel good about it. Ollie, Rose is probably going to show up and try to make a deal with you.
Ollie, as you're just like kind of a little bit of a distance, cleaning up your little breakfast mess that you made while cooking, you hear Dakota kind of shout that over to you.
Oh boy.
I'm just going to be real.
Ollie's having a morning.
About what?
I don't know.
Breakfast. Are you struggling with the bacon?
It just got a little touchy earlier.
Oh my god! About what?
I don't know. It's
Nelson. Still
I got
eating?
touchy because Ava is just she's got it's wild hair up her ass, and she's just fucking mean.
Okay.
She's just fucking mean. She can't be nice to fucking. I woke up. And the kid was like, hey, you got breakfast? You got eggs? And I was like, yeah, I'll make you some fucking eggs. I haven't cooked in a while. And then I make some fucking bomb-ass eggs. I know they're good because they were good when I was a kid, when I was taught to make them. And then this fucking place doesn't smell like a goddamn Waffle House. These they don't use green chilies at fucking
It's at this rant, Grant walks in with his empty plate and just immediately turns around and leaves.
Nope. I grab him by the back of the shirt, turn him around. I say, what? Look at me. What did Ava say to upset Ollie?
Oh, that he fucks the labyrinth, I guess.
You had sex with the labyrinth?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
I fucking hate all of you. What? I'm gone. I'm just gonna fucking leave because it's fucking impossible. Dude.
Look, I was trying to make a joke that Ollie had a crush on Nelson. And then that got misinterpreted by Ava over here and said that, wait, what? You love the labyrinth. And I said, wait, what? What do you mean you have a relationship with the labyrinth? And then apparently we figured out that him and the labyrinth are like a thing. I don't understand. I'm very
Dakota,
confused.
Riddle me this. Look at me. Did you talk about me fucking the labyrinth?
Oh my god, here we go.
Okay. No.
Wait, what?
No.
That came from you?
No. Technically, I asked why you struggle to maintain a relationship with me when you prefer to speak to an inanimate labyrinth.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
You two were a thing.
Shut up.
You were a thing once.
Nelson. I guess I'm just
Oh,
you
God.
know.
Ava, why haven't we been a thing?
Oh my God, I'm leaving now.
Wait, no. I can answer that real easy. It's because I have commitment issues and nothing around me seems to fucking work.
Except for the labyrinth and your commitment to it.
Nope, I didn't really get a choice in that matter.
Okay, yeah, sure, yeah, okay. Commitment issues.
I have a question.
I'm stuck being the labyrinth's bitch.
Are we jealous of a labyrinth? Is that what's
I'm
happening?
not jealous.
I
Ooh,
asked
holy
if
shit.
it was jealous. Oh my God.
That kind of
Okay.
response
Not jealous.
said a lot more.
Yeah, well,
What's
someone
happening?
doth protest too much to fucking labyrinth.
Don't you have a
Yeah,
dying
well,
woman over downstairs
based
as
on
a
your
woman?
responses last night with the whole Damien thing, like,
Yeah.
maybe that's where my jealousy
I
lies.
don't.
Grant, go feed her your
Wait,
blood.
you're jealous of Damien?
What? No, I'm not gonna do that.
No, I'm not.
Go
I'm
down
not jealous of a
No,
fucking
I'm not gonna
14-year-old.
feed her my
He's not
blood. Why would I
14,
do
he's
that?
She needs
Look
it more
at
than
him.
you.
That kid probably
I'm not
doesn't even
like
have
you.
hair on his
I'm
balls.
not a
Okay, I don't
kindred.
care if he's a sheriff. He's just
Ava
a
can do
little
it.
itty bitty thing.
Okay, everybody stop. Everybody stop talking for a minute, okay? There is some deep-rooted emotions and feelings right now that why don't we put them all out on the table, okay?
Okay, me first. I
Is there a kindred
love
therapist?
Ava Heloise. There, I said it, okay?
Grant.
I finally said it.
Oh,
I
big
finally said it.
revelation.
Grant,
I feel better.
how about you help, Grant? You are the closest to humanity out of all of us, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's right.
And you know what? You have the feelings of a human, and you've seen Ollie and you've seen Dakota for years upon years upon years.
Whereas I thought I was gonna like where this is going. I'm starting to not like where this is going.
There is clearly some things that need to be sorted out here. Okay.
I don't need to sort anything out. I am sorted.
No. See, that's what people say when there really is a problem.
No, I don't have problems.
Mm.
I do karate.
And that is good. That is good to let that out via karate. But the problem is still there.
Well, no problems here. I'm
Ollie
great.
and Dakota, you two have had a history.
Why am I needed?
I swear to God, if you go anywhere, Grant, I will pull you back into this room.
Come on.
Just
He
And
needs to go feed that woman his blood.
I'm not doing that.
you know what? It may or may not have worked out. And that's okay. You know what? It doesn't always work out. But you both need to acknowledge whether you're going to move forward or
I'm forward.
Yeah, I'm with
so
actually
forward. Grant,
I like put
God.
Grant puts his hand on Ava's shoulder. It wasn't until my parents' 5th time coming back together they had me. So like you never know. The future is infinite.
I have no time for relationships. I don't even have interest. I'm not even interested.
I don't understand why I was needed. Can I go?
Taking karate. It's fine. I'm fine.
everybody has time for relationships. Okay.
It says the Toreador.
No, because that's what we need. You two are more closer to your humanity than I am. And you know that relationships are what keep people going. If you have nobody, you might as well just be dead.
If you're the furthest from humanity and I'm the closest to humanity, does that mean we should get together?
Oh my
Oh,
God. Do not woo, Grant. You know what? You should
Where the
leave.
fuck did you even hear that?
I don't.
I saw
Oh my-
Hatsune Miku video on the internet
Oh
the
my
other
God.
night.
What?
Oh my
What the hell is that?
Hatsune Miku, I don't know. She's kind of cute for a computer girl.
This is not this conversation. What I'm trying to actually have a serious conversation between these two. Grant, you've seen it, and now Nelson is being exposed to it. Okay, there is something going on here, and we need to just throw it on the table.
Nope.
is
No,
what-
there's nothing. I feel great.
yeah. Why
Don't
do
you
I
like
feel-
Damien?
No, yes, maybe, sort of. He's nice, and
Is he like, oh, is he a rebound? Is that what's happening? Ava, is
there
that what's
is no
happening right now?
rebound. We just went out on my boat to talk about Ava's fucking problem and Rose's sickness she put on you. That was it. That was it. That's
People
all.
can move on and find new relationships.
Oh,
but you
I've
just
moved
have-
on. I've moved on from all relationships. No relationships for Dakota.
These are nice problems to have.
Yes, you don't you love it, Nelson? Don't you want to be part of this?
Sort of.
Okay. Can I? You know what? Never mind.
Dakota.
Yes.
Why? I guess is the question I have.
About why what?
No, that's a bit too big. I suppose. Why are you resisting so much? Like
I'm not
these
resisting.
people.
I'll tell you, boss's problem. He's just fucking scared. He's got a wall you can't take down. It's like solid.
He does have a wall.
Commitment issues.
But two walls. This is like two.
I
right,
have
cool.
no walls. I've kicked
I'm
all my
tired.
walls down. I'm
I'm tired.
walls for
I'll
me.
kick it down.
What if
I'll
you
break
did?
it all down.
Literally the
Yeah,
biggest
what if
wall
you-
I've ever heard.
Break it all down
No
right
walls.
here.
I have no walls.
You want it? They were brought up in succession. Bam, bam, bam. You said the labyrinth. I ain't got a thing with the labyrinth. It's just some place that I have to take care of. It's like a fucking backyard. It's something I have to take care of now. And you brought up jewels. That's so much in the past. That's 20 years, 30 years prior. I was a kid. It's little puppy love. And you know what? Shit like that happens. There's people that you just are stuck with. And the thing with Dakota's doing her thing and she's being a badass bitch. And that's amazing. And that's something I can support. Do I love her? Of course I love her. Is that something that I can just let go of that easily? No. Am I always going to love her? Probably. And in way more ways than just being friends? For me, definitely. But is it something that I leave at the wayside right now? Yes. Why? She doesn't make time for it. I can't make time for it because I can't make something happen out of nothing. And last I checked, we got a fucking boogeyman that's lurking around this whole city, and it's something that we can't do anything about. So tell me when I got time to start a relationship.
You ever had the theory of 3 loves? The first love is like fun and it's puppy love. The second love's like a real love, but you learn a lot of lessons in that one. And it's a third love. You know what you want. You're right on the cusp of that third love, boss.
Brant's
Yeah.
therapy sessions
Brant-
have really been helping him.
No,
honestly.
that was from
He's
Facebook.
I'm being honest with Grant. I love you to death, but I'm going to suplex you into a coma.
Does that mean I can go?
Dakota.
He looks over to Dakota because she threatened him if he leaves, he's going to get pulled back in.
Go
Dakota.
while you're alive, Grant.
Thank you.
Dakota,
Have a good night.
Ollie-
I'll take care of things.
Ollie just shared something, pretty much everything, put it on the table. I think you should go next.
Yeah, ditto. Just so many dittos.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool. It's been
More-
shared.
Great.
is that it? Ditto is not a share.
What do you-
Ditto is like an email reply.
A what?
We're not getting into that. You need to actually say the words, Dakota. I was stuck on my own in a shithole for years at a time, and I know this. You have to say the words
What
because
words?
otherwise you're just gonna keep like I'm watching you explode right now.
I'm glad I am
and
calm.
yes, but on the inside,
He's right.
say the words. Say the words.
You need to get it out on the table so that we can all move forward.
Okay. What do you want me to say? You want me to say that every person I've ever had a relationship with has pretty much manipulated me, except for Oliver Hopkins, who basically told me that his business was more important than our potential relationship? Do you want me to tell you that the only person I've ever actually physically been with has been, Oliver Hopkins, or the fact that nobody ever really notices me because I look like I'm 16 years old, though on the inside I'm 30 fucking 2, and honestly, on the outside nobody really wants to touch this. Just look at it. I look like a fucking train kid. So what do you want me to say? You want me to say, oh, I love Oliver Hopkins? Of course I fucking love him. Even after he beat me to death in an alleyway, I still fucking loved him. I drug his body back here. And what? I sleep in a boat with 2 dogs and a cat. I beg for the sheriff's attention so maybe somebody that looks my age will notice me. So what you want to hear, Nelson? Dakota's got problems.
I want to hear your problems.
Well, I don't want to talk about them. That's why I do
late.
karate.
Yeah,
I don't have problems. I do karate.
we need to print that on a shirt.
I'm glad that the two of you at least shared your actual feelings.
I don't have feelings.
I don't think that was something that was necessary, though. I think
that was necessary because anytime I mention Damien, you get jealous. Anytime I mention the labyrinth, you get jealous. Or Jules, or any of this shit. The two of you have problems.
I'm not jealous of the labyrinth. I just don't.
Jealousy. There's some lingering.
Yeah, sure.
There's a lingering feeling there.
I'm a little jealous of Damien. That's fine, but that's all right. I'll exist. You know, do I feel better? No. Do I feel worse? No.
It's not an overnight thing. You're not going to immediately feel better after sharing this shit. But the two of you know that you love each other. And that hasn't gone away. And more than just like, we love each other like a coterie, like something deeper. And you just need to acknowledge that. And you need to figure it out. If that is and again, it doesn't just happen overnight, but you've put it on the table. And now you both know. Okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel great. How you feeling, Nelson? How's breakfast?
This is really good, thanks.
You're so... Actually, all credit goes to Ollie.
Hey, who's Rose and should I kill her?
Can you kill her?
Yes, Nelson, actually. Perhaps we should talk about that. Maybe you can help. Rose is a Lasombra. She runs a club, and this club is apparently a Lasombra hub because they can use their powers there, and they're really powerful there. And she doesn't leave this club. I met her many years ago, and you know what? We hit it off when we first met. She was okay, but she was also involved with our darling Saito as well. And the two of them, I don't know what they had, but she has now threatened our coterie multiple times.
She ain't threatening me. She's not that stupid.
She came into this bar and used disciplines when she wasn't supposed to. She nearly killed Grant. And she now wants a kindred that she can't have. And she does need to go, honestly. She truly does. But the issue is she doesn't leave her club. But she doesn't know you. Not yet.
I was also thinking, like, I'm outside the law anyway. What's one more thing that'll get me killed?
The question is, how are you gonna kill her?
Fire.
You gonna burn her club down?
Burn her down. If the club goes, that's
we need to
collateral.
I think we just need to find a way to get her out of that club and somewhere where she's more vulnerable.
I doubt that's going to happen unless she actually decides to show up to have a conversation with Oliver Hopkins. Ava, you, on the other hand, really are probably in the most danger. A nice little walk back to the Ivory Tower would be a good idea tonight. Plus, I need to seek out the Harpy.
Hey, go check on that girl's hand.
What's wrong with her hand?
Just go look at it.
Growing back.
That's how it works. I'll go look at the hand.
As you make your way down the stairs and into the room that she still lies unconscious at, you see the hand that had been mostly missing the night before, almost completely replaced. The bits of the fingertips are still raw, and you can see bits of bone still. As you pick up the hand and you turn it toward you to have the front of it facing you, you see a tattoo you haven't seen in maybe a decade, or no, I think it was early. You saw it at the end of season 1, definitely early season 2. So it's probably been 5 or 6 years, really since the disappearance of the Thin Bloods that you've seen this. A crescent moon that looks to drip.
Dakota is significantly more attuned now to kindred politics. And,
absolutely.
Excuse me.
What are your specialties? Do you have a specialty in politics?
I have a specialty in iconography for kindred.
Fantastic. What are your points in politics versus occult?
I have 2 in politics, none in occult.
Okay. I would allow a politics roll, though the difficulty will be a little higher, but your specialty in iconography would also apply to this roll.
Okay.
So just, if you want an intelligence, politics, plus the specialty of your iconography.
All right.
Though you might remember just offhandedly the name of this because you've come across it in the past, which was...
I got a 3. My hope is to make a better connection of, like, I know it's the Daughters of Lilith.
The Daughters
of Lilith, but I don't... Dakota's trying to connect that to the kindred. What does it mean? How did it come about?
So I would say Dakota probably did some research in the years, maybe in between the break of the seasons where the Daughters of Lilith was still a thing. And even though it never came of anything, she still did her work. And even I think Zach probably put in some research that Dakota swiped at the end. And what you realize is, though there's not a lot of detail, apparently, to some, from what you were able to scrape together, the legacy and the origin of kindred is entirely debated by some to believe to become from the Dark Mother herself, not Cain, but Lilith. You know nothing else beyond that surface level. You don't know the story. There's a special, much like the Book of Nod, there's another book that is specifically about Lilith. However, I will put this in your head. There's also rumors or stories, whispers, that Lilith has a daughter that wanders the land this day. And it's in this moment that it's something snaps or it reminds you. You know her daughter by legends and myths is supposed to be named Layla. In some translations, Lila. In others, Layla.
Like our hunter?
Correct. Same doesn't mean they're connected.
I was about to say,
just something. It's something Dakota would from her research.
So Lilith's daughter, the kindred that still
said
to walk.
There's no idea. You have no idea that the rumors of whether they're kindred or kind or something else unknown. You have no idea. It's vague rumors of a belief system of many. Because there are people who don't even believe Cain is real, that the kindred existed for all time, always. Like, it's just a very niche belief that this Daughters of Lilith seem to follow, that Lilith might be the origins of kindred kind. Beyond that, the details of what they believe or why they follow, you're not entirely sure, but you would know that much.
Wow. Okay, so this thin blood has the mark.
Yep, you see it. Ava would recognize it as well.
The last person that had the mark was who?
Another thin blood that I think Saito got out of the city at some point.
Okay. All right. I'll just go back to the group after I kind of look over the hand.
Yep. Identity Dakota returns.
So it's been a hot minute since I've seen that.
Yeah, it's been like, I don't know, like pretty close to a decade, right?
Somebody's knocking at my door. One moment, y'all.
Yeah, no worries. Take a minute. Anyway, hey, how's it going? Did Ava go down and look at the hand as well?
No, probably not. But I am, if Dakota mentions it, I guess I would be familiar with it as well.
Yeah, you would be. You all came across it a couple of times. Again, it kind of vanished when Saito died off and the Thin Blood Railroad kind of dissipated. They stopped being seen for the most part.
Okay.
So this is the second Thin Blood we've seen with this mark.
Yeah.
Nelson, what do you know about the Sisters of Lilith?
Nothing.
When you mentioned the name, you think you heard Saito talk about it briefly in passing once? Maybe as a tangential, lesson to something else he was teaching you, but never in any serious matter. He was all too consumed with other things.
Yeah, I think it came up once, but only as a reference to something else that was more shadowy. I don't know.
I hate hearing about shadows.
I think it was just Saito thing. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Well, here's what I can tell you I found out. Over the last few years, it's come up a few times. There is a philosophical debate about where kindred come from. Who is our originator, the first of the first? Some people believe it's a guy named Cain. Some believe that maybe it's Lilith. So if these markings are popping up, there is a sect or a grouping of Thinbloods here in Chicago who seem to be following and are part of the Sisters of Lilith.
Okay. So why Thinbloods though? They're like not even fully kindred, is my question. I don't understand like why they would be marked with this.
So legend has it that Lilith's daughter still walks. Is still here. We don't know if she's Kain or something else. Her name is Layla.
Layla.
Yeah.
That's a great name that we love to hear.
Yeah. I don't know if they're connected. Maybe they're not. But a
I don't-
coincidence, or fuck if I know.
Honestly, we need to wait for this girl to wake up and we need to ask her questions. Because we can theorize all we want, but the source is right there. She's just recovering.
Ollie? You've been quiet.
I don't know what to say.
No, I did say.
No, I know.
We just-
I don't know what to say.
We need to wait for her to wake up and ask her questions. Nelson, if you don't know anything about this mark, we don't know anything about it other than we've seen it on another Thin Blood. We just need to ask.
Have you seen it on other Thinbloods?
No, he hasn't. I asked him that earlier.
I don't recognize the symbol at all. I mean, I can ask people. I can go out and I can ask people. I might be able to even find these people. Like
Who
the
has
group.
Saito's book right
Me.
Oh, yeah. You
I
have
was gonna say,
Saito's.
was it Dakota?
I
I
have
do-
Zach's stuff. You have Saito's stuff.
I do not give that to anybody.
now? You could flip through it to see if there's anything there that you can come across if you wanted to spend some time going through the book. Same thing with Zach's stuff. Zach, you could go through Zach's shit if you wanted to, though that would take some time.
All right, here's what I say. There's something going
could-
on here. I have a theory, but it's a loose one, to say the least. We know that Thinbloods are being hunted in the city. It's easy to say, well, we just want to get rid of them because we, full-blooded kindred, no offense, Nelson, feel threatened by their existence, but I think it's something more at this point. Saito was actively trying to move them out of the city, which means there was a solid hunt happening. Usually when you hunt something, you have a particular taste. You're not just hunting all of them. What if the Sisters of Lilith are the Thinbloods being hunted? Was it the girl who showed up the last time with the mark? Also being hunted?
A good point. It could just be
Maybe the truth of this Cain-Lilith debate is actually at the core of why they're hunting the Thinbloods.
maybe that's what Layla's trying to hunt specifically. I don't know.
Hard to say.
But that's a good theory and something we should think about because if there are other Thin Blood with the mark, they will be in danger.
Will they?
Yeah.
Because, like, if you get caught, how do you get the mark? Like, if someone is hunting them down, like, and killing them,
You did remember you learned it was like a society, like they willingly joined it. It was
They
a thing that
choose. It's like a brand.
yes, they chose, correct.
so maybe they're hunting them to protect them,
Protect who?
or the Thin Bloods, like collect all the Thin Bloods, kind of like me and Saito wanted to do, but
Maybe.
with more tattoos.
Yeah, it seems that maybe they're actually singling out because, hey, Nelson, guess what? You don't have one of
Yeah.
them, do you?
No,
Are you actively
But-
being hunted?
not actively.
I'm telling you, there's something here with this. And the question is why? One, who's hunting them? Is it all just hunters or is it actually kindred as well? And two, why? If it's the hunters, there's a connection here with this Layla thing and we need to figure it out.
Layla was the hunter lady that those goons who shot
Yes.
her worked for, right? Okay, I can ask around. There's definitely other Thin Bloods that will... Well, there are definitely other Thin Bloods. I don't know if they'll know anything. But
All right.
how long do I estimate that it will take before Sesha's
she'll probably be
heal?
up by tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's what's gonna go down. You still have Saito's shit, right, Ava?
Yes.
All right. Let's stick through some books. See if he's mentioned it before.
If you want, I could maybe try to do my little premonitions on it. Those sometimes help, sometimes don't. They make me more confused sometimes.
I feel like it's usually a 50-50, and it's either you get more confused or shit hits the fan.
I'm going to try it.
No, I don't know that that's a good idea. We have other options first. Let's just save that as like a plan D.
Sure.
Nelson, I'm going to be
Sure.
honest with you. I'm happy to help move this woman out of the city. We can run her through the train yards out the other side of Chicago. No problem.
Okay.
Once she answers our questions.
I think that's fair enough. I mean, we'll give her the option to help as well.
Okay. I need to go see the Harpy, or you're going to be in deep shit, Ava Heloise.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta
Go
take
kill Rose.
Boyo here to drip.
Okay. I need... Nelson, I almost want to say it again.
Oh my God,
I
Freudian
keep
slip.
doing this. This is the second time I've done this. Nelson, I need to ask you a couple questions.
Sure.
What's your little alchemy thing that you do? What else can you do? You've shown me you could do that heightened sense thing. What else can you do?
1 second. And he goes back to like his little... like his stuff where he slept the night before, and he comes back and he's got like a series of different slightly like marked syringes with like little colored tabs on them. Okay, so this one I can heighten my senses. It makes smell everything better.
Mm-hmm.
This one I have it's kind of like a smog. It makes it difficult for people to see me, and like they can't tell who I am. I like blow smoke literally out of my nose, and it's really, really uncomfortable. But it means that they can't see me very well. I'm just like haze of smoke. This one's the one I inject into the blood bags to make them edible. This one I've only used once before, and it makes people forget things.
Right. You can do that. Yes. That's useful.
But
With
there
Rose.
is something else that I don't know how I got it, and I just kind of developed it as a way of keeping myself safe.
Oh.
I'm really, really fast.
Oh.
Like how fast?
Interesting.
Pretty fast.
Like fast enough to sneak in if I gave you an entrance and use your smoke to not be seen and start a fire in her club? Kind of fast?
That kind of fast. I mean, the smoke doesn't start fires, but it can look like one.
No, you're gonna start a real fucking fire.
Okay, cool.
Are you afraid of fire, Nelson?
I mean, you're not afraid of fire? Who's not afraid of fire?
No, we are all very afraid of fire. I just wasn't sure if you were afraid of fire.
I don't like fire, but that's more of a personal thing than a...
When you see it, you don't terror in fear and want to immediately run as far away from it as you possibly can?
Yeah, Saito told me about that. I didn't really understand what he was talking about, so no.
And you can walk in daylight.
Walk, hobble, run, yeah.
Okay. Come with me, Nelson.
Okay.
You finished your breakfast, right?
I get the last bit of bacon and shove it in my mouth.
He does still need to go with Ollie to get blood. I'm keeping track of the things Nelson needs to do.
Are you his secretary? Ollie, you want to take him to do the blood thing now?
Make sure he's taken care of.
Yeah.
He needs to feed.
How about this, Nelson? When the sun comes up, Rose and her goons are gonna be fast asleep inside of that fucking club. I know a way in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can burn down a house.
Precisely. So why don't you and then when of course they attempt to escape the fire, they're gonna run out into daylight. So bye-bye La Sombra.
Shadows don't work as well in the sun.
They do not.
That's good to know.
But you do your Ollie thing. I'm gonna go find Rhonda. We'll meet back here and we'll burn Rose's club down.
Good. I like this.
I do too. That's why I got to interrupt it.
Great.
Oh, fuck. No.
You were all going to look to kind of go your separate ways at this point. Sean goes, Sean.
We all keep calling him the wrong name.
Wrong
Yeah.
thin blood.
Wrong thin
Wrong
blood.
thin
Wrong
blood.
thin blood. Nelson is, getting going to pair up with Ollie to get introduced to Trip. And Ava, where are you going to go?
I'm gonna look through Saito's book.
Fair enough. You can do it up front. In like
I'll do it at the bar.
Closed, like the closed. Oh,
Yeah.
at the bar. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
And Dakota is heading out as well, or waiting for.
No, I'm gonna go. Dakota, because she showed up at the club tonight, has to have an alibi. She cannot physically be there to start the fire, so she has to be seen in a lot of places
absolutely.
tonight. So she's gonna go see Rhonda. She's gonna be seen at the Ivory Tower. I'm gonna make myself known in a variety of ways, so I have an alibi.
Fantastic. So as you're about to leave and you make your way out to maybe the back door or the front door, Dakota leave through the back door usually.
Yeah.
Then our camera would stick with Ava as she makes her way out, sits at the bar. Everybody's about to separate when the front door opens, and there's just sounds like somebody enters initially until there's a little bit of murmuring that pulls Ava's eye. And as she turns around, see a couple of older gentlemen sitting at a table who drinking a beer, quietly talking to what looks to be an adolescent girl. The longer you look through the crowd, the more you realize it's a familiar face. It's one you've seen with Dakota a bit. And there's a genuine look of pain on her face, or maybe it's disgust as you look. And she keeps looking to like walk by these guys, and they're like, someone lost a little kid. Hey, what's your name? And Ava kind of get up.
I will intervene.
You step through. And as you
yes.
walk over to her face, before you even get within 5 feet, her face snaps up at you, and that look of disgust just grows further. You recognize Hannah now as you're close. And you can see her. She looks to you. She takes a very deep breath, but her attention is then turned away. Maybe not entirely, maybe doesn't make entirely a lot of sense to Ava. And she tries to push by, and she's like, no, get off me. And she just keeps walking, trying to walk by.
Are they like?
Do you call for Dakota? Do you like her? She's making her way through the kitchen door.
Okay. I will at least try to help her. If Dakota hasn't gone too far, I will try to grab her because.
Everybody's still here. Like it's as you're about to separate.
Got it.
You're just going out to the front. It happens for you. This happens first.
I will grab Dakota then.
He runs into the back, and Dakota's there, getting ready to head out.
What?
Dakota, don't leave yet. Your girl is here. Hannah.
Ollie's still here too, as is Nelson.
Hannah's here. I kind of.
As you open the front door, like maybe the kitchen door, she's right there, and she's walking by, and she tries to walk past you. And as you walk back, she looks up to you, and she just simply says, "Dakota, help!"
What's wrong, babe?
And she just kind of crumples forward, grasps at her stomach for just like a moment, and she just says, "Something smells wrong.
Oh shit!
Help me!"
Shit, Ollie. I immediately turned around. I was like,
Dakota!
I scoop her and I toss her in the back.
As you pick her up, you can hear her bones snapping. You watch her shoulders dislocate, and she quickly starts sprouting tufts of fur as she simply just starts screaming in pain.
I toss her into the spare room at Ollie's club. I turned to Ollie. I was like, evacuate this place now. Door.
I can do that.
As you open the door, we'll cut to black.
Fuck.
And we'll pick up there next week.
God damn it.
See you then, everybody. Goodbye.
I'll see you. Okay, bye-bye.
Oh my god.
You got her in the back.